What's up, everybody? Welcome to Flagrant 2 No Easy Buckets. This episode is brought to you by something very near and dear to my heart, Full Sack. Now, Full Sack, for those of you who don't know, new listeners out here, Full Sack is basically just going to give you more sperm. It's a completely natural supplement, but it's going to fill up that sperm, or fill up your balls, rather, so you can have those porn star busts. Now, why is this important? I'll tell you why it's important for me in my life, because I'm on the road a lot, okay? I'm away from my girl a lot. And the way that she knows that I've been faithful is...
Real vets will tell you, bro. She'll know.
Is by volume, okay? Volume is very important, okay? So when Full Sack came in the game, like, listen, I'm 36. I don't got the volume I used to have, all right? My hair and my sperm is thinning, okay?
Son, samesies.
Bro, sometimes I'll be looking at my girl's back like, what happened to you? What's wrong with you, bro? You
Just like an ice cream cone started to melt on her. That's it. Like, just started. Like, the first couple drops.
I'll be looking at back like it's a morning dew. Is
Like
it the first day of
warming.
spring? There's some icicles melting? What's happening over here?
Like a white chocolate Hershey's Kiss.
Oh, God.
So, Full Sack make you feel like a man in command with those balls that are producing tons and tons of cum, okay?
Empty the clip.
Just
That should be,
exactly.
that should
Empty
be the
clip.
catchphase. Full sack.
Real talk.
Empty the clip.
That'd be
That's
perfect.
fantastic.
My shit look like George Washington's gun. You know that like single one with a bullet? Not even a musket, it's just a little handgun with the one single bullet.
Stuff the gun with a fucking stick.
Son, my
Take
shit
a
is
one
a
shot.
BB gun. I'm out here killing squirrels with mine.
Anyway, guys, if y'all want to get Full Sack, you just got to go to fullsack.net. That's FOLSAC.net. FOLSAC.net. Use our coupon code FLAGRANT. All right? You get 20% off. Imagine getting 50% more sperm, but 20% off. Look at that fucking deal. Look at that bargain.
Mathematically, you're up 30%. So.
I don't even know if that's true, but I believe you, bro.
I believe it, too.
I believe all the math on this side of the
math
table.
works out.
We had one clip go out. I think it was a Patreon clip where, like, the majority of the comments on the YouTube were about Akash's accuracy of math, like in the moment.
Yes! Fuck yeah!
Do you know what I'm? Eden, do you know what I'm talking about? He was like, we said something. It was like, yeah, that's like 30% of 85. And he was like, yeah, like 16 and a half people. And then I was like, I thought you were just throwing numbers out. And motherfuckers were like, nah, it's really 16 and a half. Akash about this Indian math life, bro. So it was effortless the way you did that.
I be pop quizzing myself when I'm alone, swear to God.
No
Because like,
way.
if the situation presents itself, I
Really?
gotta come correct. And I fuck up sometimes, and it's the most embarrassing thing internally. I'm so shamed.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I let all of us down.
Son.
Akash's number on the dot, 40% of 82 is 32.8. Add that together, 114.8. He really out here.
Yeah!
Represent, yo. God damn.
Son, yo, I forgot a piece of math the other day. I forgot a piece of math. I had to calculate. I was trying to calculate the percentage of a percentage. This is going to sound convoluted and confusing, but essentially it was like,
I'll be doing that shit. Discounts.
yeah, and I was trying to find what the full amount would be.
Right.
Like, I was receiving, I think maybe it was like 85X,
Okay.
right? I'm fucking this whole thing up. Point is, I forgot a whole thing of math.
Yeah.
So what, you got like a 60% discount and you were trying to see what the original price was?
Yeah, maybe that was it. Maybe it was, let's just say that was it. Something to extent, right? I just don't want to share money. Thanks.
Right.
You know what it is? I thought the YouTube comment had you self-conscious for a second. Like, I can't fuck this number up again.
Yo, dog,
You know they own
maybe
it.
I'm in my feelings, but essentially I'm sitting there like, how do I find the actual amount? Like, what do I gotta divide, whatever? And I literally am in my like local eatery, if you will, and I just got frustrated and I just said to the waiter, I was like, can you give me a pen and paper? Because I couldn't do it just with the calculator. I had to write it out to do it. And even then I could. And then I bring the waiter over and I'm like, can you tell me what the full amount was?
Yeah.
You know? And he tries to go do it, and he comes up with a crazy number. I'm like, this is why you're a waiter, bro. So you deserve to be here, son. Like, I'm looking at him like, how can you not even do math? Yeah. Lo and behold, I can't even do the math. I'm like, motherfucker, you should know this shit. Finally, I figured it out after texting my girl. But, like, how scary is that? I understand you learn, like, the xylophone when you're a kid, and then you forget those skills. Or you learn, like, the piano or guitar. But math, bro?
Son, we don't do it.
Yeah.
But can that go away, man?
You really do it in real life.
It's like anything, man. Like, when you first ride a bike, you don't automatically probably just start pedaling. You're probably stumbling at first.
But I could always ride a bike forever.
Even if it takes you a while, though.
Like, it's not like I try to ride a bike tomorrow and I just keep falling off to the side like, damn, bro, it's been a few years since I rode a bike. You know what I mean?
That's the fun thing about math, though. Like, it speaks all languages. Like, don't matter if you're old, young, fucking speak French, Italian, whatever. Like, math is just fucking math. Son, and it never changes.
I used to like heckle my teacher.
Yeah.
I had a math teacher. It was the only class that I would get A's in because it wasn't personality based. Right? Because every other class is about your personality, your penmanship, all this kind of shit. But math, I used to shit on my teacher. Before the test, it was me and Carlos, this Dominican kid, right? And before the test, we'd look the teacher in the eyes and be like, yo, I'm about to body your test. Talking the most shit, going through the test, just going through the test like 100. We just yell out what the scores we were going to get. Oh, man.
I was the complete fucking opposite.
You couldn't do math?
No, just like school in general. Like, I was good in school.
Really?
Like, anything that had to do with like words.
Bro, you might be really Sudanese or some other African, bro.
Nah, I was just like really good in like, people say I was a good bullshitter, but I was just really good with words.
You are a good bullshitter. I ain't seen not one Cape Verdean out there in
Boston.
Fuck. Alex taking you
We
to
in
task,
Boston.
Yo.
Last episode, was it Patreon?
Alex
Or
was
was it
holding
regular?
that the whole time. He
I was
been
about to
holding
say, he
that.
didn't say shit to me since he walked
Son,
in. Goddamn.
He was quiet the whole full sack read.
Yeah.
He was just holding on to this.
You really felt the way
No,
about
because
that.
it just connected. He said, I've been full of bullshit. And I'm like, you did bullshit. That shit
I
out of me,
bullshit
son.
that.
Yo,
I
real
looked
talk.
in the Patreon comments, looked at the Discord, looked everywhere. Everything. Okay, I was rapping some Cape Verde.
Cass said there's a lot of Cape Verdeans in Boston.
Yeah.
So we were in Boston doing shows
On the
this
lowest
weekend.
of keys.
On the
lowest of keys. He kept saying lowest of keys.
Okay, he said low key, there's tons, right? Alex was asking every Indian, Pakistani,
Listen,
Portuguese,
anybody
Puerto
with a
Rican,
tan, 'cause
anybody
you know they
tan, he
pale
was
as
asking if
fuck
they were
out.
Cape Verdean,
Yeah.
right? Not a single Cape Verdean to be
It's
seen.
not it's not a tan thing. Like, did you go looking for like Amber Roses
No.
and shit?
I asked anybody who wasn't pale.
Okay.
Because
He asked
they
anybody who was
all
ethnic.
pale
Okay.
as fuck up there.
Yeah.
So
Did you go
I
to,
gave you every spectrum of a
Did
chance.
you go
and
to
not
Lawrence? I mean, you're in Boston. You're with like the white folks. You're with the
one. I thought you said they were in
Yo,
Boston.
bitch, but like when you're in Boston,
He's
I'm sure
bullshitting
you're in,
you
like,
again
the
right
main-
now.
I know,
You don't
right?
let him
This
bullshit
ain't
you
bullshit,
again,
yo.
right?
Like bullshit.
You don't let him
Cape Verdeans
bullshit
run
you
New
again.
England, bro. Just
Yo.
because you didn't run into him don't mean I was bullshitting. He's probably too busy looking for white bitches. That's why.
No, I was looking for the Cape Verdeans.
Nah.
I was.
The
I'm
one
off
time
white
he
bitches.
tries to not fuck a white bitch, you completely lie to him
I
and
know,
railroad
isn't
his
that
whole
crazy, man?
shit.
Yep, and he's gonna blame a black man like he always
He's already blamed himself.
already blamed himself on the inside.
Yo, so here's the thing. We're driving up to Boston, right? We first went to Connecticut to do
That
this
shit was
show
lit. Y'all was doing
in
bottle
Norwalk. That
service
was
and
shit. Oh, that was a whole different thing. But we shout out to Emilio from New York Comedy Club and the Connecticut Comedy Festival. Y'all should go check that out. But we did this, the Wall Street Theater in Norwalk, Connecticut. Beautiful theater. It was great. So we decided to drive from Connecticut to Boston instead of either staying the night there or just coming back.
Smart move.
And we got the Tesla.
Yeah, you do.
So, and by we, Alex got the Tesla.
Yeah.
Right? Because of a generous employer. But Alex got the Tesla, And now this is my first time in the Tesla on the highway, right? Because on the Tesla on the highway, you could do autopilot. It's called autopilot now?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Autopilot.
did that shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I tell you that we were passed out asleep for minimum 30 minutes, all of us. I'm
That's
being
terrifying.
Son,
That's terrifying, yo.
it is. It was not terrifying until the next day when we ran into some orange cones,
We
basically.
didn't run into the cold.
Son, we are 6 inches away from the cones, and he takes it off autopilot and scoots out the way. Tesla wasn't going to get it out the way.
We don't know that.
That's his excuse. He's like, well, we should have hit him, and then we find out.
I don't trust that.
So we
much.
could have been dead.
Y'all
B.
all asleep at the same time while the shit was driving?
Alex was snoring. I have video of Alex snoring while driving the car, right? And then I was
and you
like,
didn't wake him up?
son, I was getting that video, bro. And I
Son,
I had to.
yo,
I
that's
had
mad
to
millennial of you to be like, yo, we might die. Get out the camcorder. Let's go out like Left Eye.
bro. Come on, bro.
No reference, though. That shit's a deep cut, yo.
That was good. That was a deep cut, yeah.
I thought she died of AIDS, though.
Nah, bro.
She died in the car crash.
She died because she got no aid. This bitch just slid down the side of a cliff and ain't nobody come get her.
I thought she died of AIDS, bro.
Yo.
Someone told me she was in the forest.
Easy.
No, I know Easy died of AIDS. I confuse those little black rappers all the time, bro. I get them mixed
That's
up.
the wrong little black rapper.
Nah, someone told me she was in the forest looking for AIDS medication or
Nah,
something.
like
she was
she
fucking
was
with
with
that
Dr.
doctor,
Dr. Sebi.
Yeah.
She was a big like proponent of his or whatever, and she was making a documentary. You guys seen this, right?
Yeah, I've seen
Last
this
Days of
already.
Left Eye.
Mhm.
He's wild. You
She's
see
on
her.
VH1 and shit.
You see the last moments she's alive.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the shit fucking.
Yo,
shits
Dr.
over and
Sebi,
shit.
it might be the greatest manipulator in history. That motherfucker looked at people with AIDS and was like, yo, just eat carrots. Yo, all you gotta do is eat carrots and then you're gonna get rid of that AIDS. I mean, all these gay dudes like, I've been eating carrots for so long.
No, but they probably weren't biting them. They're probably just stuffing them in their
That's
mouth all
probably
the
taking
way.
too long.
Over and over.
Oh, you don't, you chew the carrot? I just be swallowing that joint. I take it green part first. Yo, carrot is the only vegetable that got pubes. That's why they love that shit so
Nah,
much.
turnips got pubes, right?
Pineapples, yo. Pineapples and kiwis got pubes,
son,
though.
Pineapples, bro.
Kiwi's more of a pube than a pineapple.
I've been had this
Like,
thought. Like, imagine how hungry a motherfucker needs to be to eat a pineapple.
Yo, that's
bro.
a wild thing.
Like, son, the outside of a pineapple
It's armor. It's straight
look like
armor.
cat's
Nothing
feet.
Nothing,
That's what cat's feet look like, bro.
Nothing about this looks delicious at first glance.
But you cut that
You
bitch
cut that shit-
open.
oh my
Yo,
God.
what the
I was
fuck
eating some
happened?
pineapple
It's like a
last night.
pussy in a lot of ways. Like the outside be looking crazy,
Tough exterior.
but you get in there,
You
you
look at
got
that-
Get in there like,
Ooh,
ooh,
that's
you're not
kind of
even-
sweet.
You're not even worried about no unkempt pubes anymore. Yeah, you just enjoy the
eat this?
juiciness.
That's why it took us so long to get down there as men. We were just like, this ain't edible.
Son, the first dude to eat pussy, bro. Respect, yo, real talk. When do you think pussy started getting eaten? Because we didn't have running water until the Romans.
Yeah, like it had to
Motherfuckers
take
was
a minute.
eating pussy like out the river.
I had to take
You
a
eating
minute.
river water pussy? You out here eating river water pussy like in the Nile. Nile pussy?
Oh, sea salt ass.
Oh,
my
sea
God.
salt ass pussy.
Son, just a little sushi.
God.
Son, you gotta be crazy, bro.
There's
Just a little
way.
sushi with
Yo,
some
you
soy
think that's
no
how
sauce.
they
way.
got the idea of sushi? Like, hey, honestly, this shit kind of slaps.
A little soy sauce. Boom, there you go.
Yo, that's why sushi's always served in twos. it's
And it's
those
always
lips.
pink. Oh, man. That's
No,
like,
but real talk, the bravery that human beings must have had. Imagine that, Tigris Euphrates.
Who's
you
more
fresh out-
scared?
Say what?
Who's more scared? The first person to eat a pineapple, or the first person to eat a pussy?
Wait, the first person to eat pineapple, the first person to eat pussy. Ooh, that's
Who's the
a good
first?
one.
Who's the first? Who's more scared? Who's more
Honestly,
like?
the
Yo,
first-
I don't know about the
first
like, you gotta
person.
think about it.
Eat pussy.
First person,
Guaranteed.
first person to eat pussy is like, yo, I got to think about like your feelings now. Like,
because here's the thing. I
you know,
think,
like the first man wasn't caring about pleasing the woman. They were just reproduce.
Yeah, that's brand new, pleasing
Reproduce. Yeah, like
That's
yo, real
brand new,
talk.
son.
Real talk. We talking history.
Yeah.
Asking is pretty goddamn new. It's the right thing to do. It's just also a pretty recent phenomenon. That shit is like cold waiting.
When we walk up into heaven, bro. When we go into heaven and we got our answers out there, like, you was asking permission for
you
shit?
permission? What?
That's what Black Panther's father should have said to his ass. You know in the movie when the elders are up in the class? They're like, fuck that pussy already,
Oh
Black
my
Panther.
God,
What you waiting for? Real talk, ain't a lot of asking in the animal kingdom.
No.
Pussy was being
Ain't a lot of first dates for
Nah,
lions.
it's a lot of Me Too. They always say it on the ticket.
Oh, me too. What?
The ticket always says that there's so much Me Too in the animal kingdom. There's no fucking.
Son, nature's mad sexist. That's really not on us.
Oh,
like
yeah.
we get a lot of like pressure for that kind of shit. But if you see how animals are, bro, except for birds, like birds are pussy, bro.
Birds mad pussy.
Birds
yo.
are mad pussy, bro.
Oh, feminist ass.
They really
Fuck outta
one
here.
mate for your whole
Wait,
life.
Nah, but
Stupid.
birds do that thing. That thing
You know
that
what I mean?
Jessel was talking about.
What?
What is it called? What the
Fucking?
No, not fucking.
Oh,
but-
scissoring?
Not scissoring.
Bird-
No,
where they
fucking.
feed the
Oh,
worms
oh,
too?
bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bird feeding.
That's because they ain't got hands. That's their hands. Is their mouth.
So
What you think they're gonna do? They're gonna take their wing and grab some peanuts under their wing and fly one-handed.
They got little clawy things. They can't just like drop it in. They can't
Oh
just,
shit!
like,
I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
You could just use your claws.
Yeah, like they can't just fucking fly over.
No,
and,
but
like,
the
go
baby
open
don't
up.
got the teeth to chew it, I don't think.
Well,
That's
no
why
birds got teeth.
Babies need Gerber, right? Like human babies need Gerber. You got to
Yeah.
mash it up. I think baby
But that's
birds
because
the same.
they don't have teeth, human babies, but no birds have teeth. They just have a beak.
Nah, birds got teeth, right? Like ducks got teeth.
Ducks ain't got no
Ducks ain't
fucking
no
teeth.
teeth.
I'm pretty
Akash.
sure ducks got teeth. Look
Ducks
that
don't.
up.
What the
Look that
fuck
up,
are you
yo.
talking
Ducks got
Look that up.
I don't want to go against Akash because it
Ducks
seems like
have
he would know
teeth?
this
Did
type
you
of
just
thing.
say?
Look that up.
Donald Duck don't even have
Boom,
teeth.
teeth.
That's not teeth.
Those aren't teeth,
They're
son.
not teeth. How the fuck are those not
Those
teeth?
are teeth.
Son,
How
Those
that's
are
not
teeth.
teeth?
I see mad crackheads with that. And
They got
That's
teeth.
not teeth.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie.
They got 4 rows of teeth.
Nah, that's teeth, bro. They even got teeth on the
There's
tongue.
teeth on the teeth.
And I'll be
Yeah,
honest,
teeth.
I didn't even know that. I did not know that. Is that a duck?
That's a duck, yo. What the fuck?
This is fucking terrifying.
Is
It
that
looks
a
like
duck? I had
goose.
no. Yeah,
Yeah,
get that
apparently
shit
those
out.
seagull.
shits are sharp,
Get
too.
that shit out of here, B. That's crazy. I don't
Apparently
even
a duck can bite you and fuck you up. Like
Really?
apparently they're sharp, yeah.
Yo, if you get fucked
They
up by
love
a
fucking
duck,
shark.
bro,
Oh.
yo, you gotta move.
Yo.
You gotta move neighborhoods, bro. You heard Sam got fucked up by a duck?
You in the hospital, laid up in ICU. Like, what took you out, man? Daffy. Like, took a chop out of me and shit.
Anyway, wait, where were
damn.
we talking about? We were talking about
Taking
Me
pussy?
Too, taking
Oh,
pussy.
what happened for who was more
Oh,
scared?
who's more scared? First person to eat a pineapple, first person to eat a
Oh,
pussy.
it's got to be pussy because think about all the things that you're going through with pussy, right? Like
Okay.
one, they don't know that the menstrual cycle is like tied to like the moon, right? We're talking about primitive man.
Yeah.
So you're
Okay.
just seeing these bitches bleed out their pussy once a month.
Word.
Right?
Like,
So
oh,
it's
this
like
one
for
doesn't
days.
work.
For days.
Throw it out.
And low key, you're probably you're probably just thinking like, damn, yo, Ralph fucked her up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Ralph got the hammer. Like, you know, like, matter of fact, you probably didn't think you fucked your girl good. If
Remind
she
me not
wasn't-
to challenge Ralph for supremacy. That guy got it.
That motherfucker gets hard.
Like a Fred Flintstone walks out, sees Barney Rubble's like, damn, Barney, fuck you was doing
But you've been
that?
looking at Ralph's soft dick like the rest of the day, like, hey, I guess he's a grower. You know what I mean? Because when he's soft, he's regular. When we out hunting, this dick ain't dragging across the grass or nothing like that. It's just regular Ralph dick.
But to play devil's advocate,
Yeah.
a pussy can persuade you. A pineapple just sitting there like
Nah,
this.
but here's what I'm saying though.
That's
Pineapple. I'm sure at that point we had realized sometimes there's food inside of shit, like
Okay.
coconuts, pineapple,
Okay.
other fruit that you
But
gotta
fam,
peel.
Fam, coconut's different. Because coconut falls and opens
And
by
cracks
accident,
open,
and then
yeah.
you're like, word?
Pineapple
Yeah, but that's so
takes
that probably happened
man-made
first.
effort.
That's
And
what I'm
there's probably
saying.
other fruit that you're like, yo, you peel this shit open on the inside.
Okay,
There's fruit.
so you're
now
saying-
they're looking
yeah,
at
yeah,
a
yeah.
pineapple like, what if?
If some shit's in the coconut,
Oh.
some shit could be.
Some shit could be inside
oh
here.
my god, this is kind of like I
think-
forgot who said it. This is like the first guy.
But
to
ain't
get
nobody
cow's
looking at a
milk.
pussy like, what if?
Yo,
I think
It tastes delicious in there.
The first person who went down probably was castrated and did it out of desperation because they don't got nothing else.
son,
Probably.
ain't no girl fucking a castrated dude back in the day. Bro.
Son,
That if you castrate, you was whack.
son,
Yo.
what about
It's
the
like
dude,
a horse
the
with a
dude in
broken
Game of
leg. It's like,
Thrones?
all
Yeah,
right,
you
this
pull
man
him
is
out.
useless.
Yo,
They
shoot him in the
fucking
head.
Yeah, but what about the
banished
dude in
him.
Game of Thrones?
Took him out
What?
back.
The dude in Game of Thrones, he was still
Yo, we talking before religion.
Varys wasn't getting no pussy.
no the other dude.
No, Varys was.
We're talking about the
castrated.
dawn of man. We're
The
talking
one
about
he was like,
Son. We talking before clothes. We talking back in the day. We talking caveman type shit, like barely organized society.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh, you
like
think
they
eating
just
pussy started
discovered
back
fire like a
then?
week ago.
I think Egyptians were probably eating pussy.
Oh, I thought that was like
I'm
the
assuming
Renaissance.
Uh,
I thought that was what the Renaissance was.
the Renaissance.
Yeah.
That's what made it the Renaissance. It got nothing to do with the art. It was just dudes out here licking box.
But, yo,
sound
guys
like,
just going
yo.
up to other guys like, yo, you'll never believe this shit, bro.
Yo, maybe that's why.
Women can
Maybe
feel
that's
good
why
too.
Michelangelo.
And the front probably like, who gives a fuck?
So that's why Da Vinci kept inventing wings and shit. He was like, "Fly me the fuck out of here! I ain't no more goddamn pussy." that Vitruvian man or whatever that is. What is that thing called? What is it called?
Ventriloquist?
No, the
No, it's what-
He's a Vitruvian. I don't know.
I don't know
What
what
is
it's
that,
called,
man?
but that sketch of the guy with his
Yeah.
arms out.
Oh,
That was just his
okay.
lazy ass wife on a bed waiting to get her pussy ate. You see what I gotta come home to every night, fellas? This shit right here.
Oh, my God.
This bitch in a perfect circle.
This bitch is in a perfect circle.
Real talk, bro. That eating pussy shit, man.
What about the first guy who ate ass?
Nah.
No way.
Nah,
Because you see how an ass works.
Yeah, but that's documented though.
I know it's documented, but like this is another thing.
documented?
Eating
Yeah.
ass can't be that old.
Wait, how's that
Eating-
documented?
Eating ass started in the 90s. The R. Kelly stuff.
Eating ass gotta be.
No.
That was the first time I
You
saw
think
an
that's
ass
the first
get ate.
human being to ever eat
Yup.
ass.
Ow.
Yup. That's the
giving
first
R. Kelly
guy.
a lot of credit, yo.
Stop it.
So he's a great man.
It was the first time I did see that. What?
Stop rewarding this
Wow.
No, I got rewarded that
Stop rewarding
sentence. You
this
heard the
shit.
sentence?
I heard the sentence, but
Great sentence.
stop rewarding it. The eating ass. Listen, gay guys have been doing that shit for forever. Dude. That's the thing.
gotcha.
Like
Okay.
when did straight start doing it? I don't know. But we have to acknowledge the role of fucking plumbing in all this. Like in terms of like exploring your sexuality.
Yes, plumbing.
You know? Because
Got it.
there are countries right now that they shouldn't be eating pussy or eating ass. Real talk.
Yeah.
Like
That's a health
Fam.
hazard.
you out there in Mozambique
Son.
eating ass? son. You know what I mean?
Desert ass?
You running with zebras and shit all day, and then you're like, I think I'm gonna eat some ass. Fuck, you gotta be crazy,
Oh my
Nope.
God.
No plumbing, no toilets like that.
son.
Yikes.
Low keto, that
having-
ass might be cleaner because they
They
don't
have
have
the-
enough food to shit.
That is true. They're probably
Also,
eating-
since they don't got toilet.
They're not
yo,
eating.
that ass clean, bro.
They ain't got no preservatives in their diet. They got
Right,
nothing
Because
but
there's
just
nothing to
fruit.
preserve. They
Nothing.
dying as we speak.
They got,
They don't have
20
diets,
years
they have
max.
dye.
You got 20, 25 years max. Fruits and berries. Ass probably is
No, but
cleaner
they
than
all
a
be
lot
because
of
they got no
women, though.
toilet paper. They also be washing their asses.
Okay.
So it could be a cleaner ass. Third world ass could be cleaner. in a
Third
lot of
world
ways.
ass is first world asshole.
This is
Third
true. That's
world
first.
ass is first world asshole. What does that mean? I missed
If
it.
you're a third world country, you in a third world, but that asshole clean like
The
first
asshole's
world.
cleaner.
True.
The
First
third
world
world
asshole.
ass could be cleaner.
It's like Whole Foods ass.
And
Like,
they're
it's
not
all
wiping
all
ass.
natural.
Son, they're
It's
not
way-
even
it's from
using
the earth.
toilet paper. They're using like cloths
Yeah.
and shit.
It ain't
They're-
water, bro.
No, but they're also using some cloths. That they wash.
They're
you know,
using stuff that is
repeatedly.
biodegradable.
It's not
that
just
goes right
hand.
back to the earth.
Son, maybe they use hand.
I thought it just water.
It might
No,
stink
but
a
they
little
all
bit
they
more.
got bidets and shit out there.
it's crazy.
You went to Minnesota, right? You hung out with what's his name? Abdi.
Yeah.
And he took you to the Ethiopian spot or whatever.
Yeah.
If you use the restroom, they all got the fucking like bucket that you fill up with water and then pour it. It looks like something you garden plants with, and you
Okay.
like
Okay.
you somehow clean your ass with that after you wipe.
That's disgusting.
That's what they be doing though.
I need to keep that shit in Somalia, bro.
Kaz,
Real
I'm sorry. Kaz, I'm sorry. This is the last
Somalia, I
time.
say Ethiopia.
But
Somalia.
isn't it crazy that third world asshole is cleaner than Kaz's?
Why is that?
Because
Why
you
is
don't
that
look
so
great,
bad,
bro?
Remember
With
that
the
from
w-
Patreon?
With the way he
Patreon,
wipes.
talked about on
We
Patreon.
talking about
Oh,
the
you
white
went back
butt
and
wipe.
forward?
Nah,
No,
he
his
only
wipe-
wipes
I just
twice
wipe
and
and
moves.
drop. I don't look back. Like once I feel it's dry, I'm like, all right.
We had a
that's
whole
dry.
20-minute conversation.
So,
about
did
this
you
shit.
forget that whole
I
convo?
blocked it out.
Yeah, most people moved on.
I
With their
do
life,
remember.
Alex. most people listen to it. I was like, oh, okay, and just
I
you
apologize
you
in advance,
decided,
though.
You
I
decided to
apologize
bring
in-
something up from the past, right, and make it present again.
I pussied. I
I'm
pussied
all
out.
right. Yo, just keep this fucking same energy, bro. Just keep the same
I
energy.
know some
Alex.
biz coming.
You know it. Oh, you know. I play this revenge game so good. I'm so patient. I'm like a monk.
I love you,
I'm gonna
Kaz.
get you.
Come on,
It's
man.
gonna be great.
Black
too.
love.
Don't black love me now, motherfucker.
Flagrant thoughts.
Half-breed.
Yeah, breed. Hey man, hey, white people are right. If you just let them do their own thing, they'll kill each other. They ain't gonna worry about it.
And we figured this shit out years ago, bro.
I'm like,
this
oh,
shit
you
out.
just found out? God damn.
That's
This
what-
weekend was rough.
That's what the NFL said. They were
That's
like,
big-
just give him a fucking try. He'll fuck it up.
Yeah, yo.
Guarantee. Just give it to him. He'll find a way. He will find a way to fuck it up.
What a
My
segue.
gosh, not even him.
Yo,
Everybody.
isn't it crazy that like the black leader right now, like the guy fighting for equality and fighting for justice and fighting for sacrifice and all those things, was put there by two white people.
Oh, adopted?
We're everywhere, baby.
I would say so. Yes, I think you're. I think you're. If there's a leaderboard, yes, I think you guys are in the lead. Like,
baby.
I don't think anyone disputes that.
That's why you
White
can't have
folks.
to. That's why white people got to be careful with that guilt shit. You're just
Exactly.
sitting there overthrowing yourselves.
Nah, I'm fucking around. So, what's So, all right. Do we want to talk about this cap shit, but in a
Yeah,
non-serious way, please?
I really want to talk about it. I mean, for those who.
You know what? You know what? Fuck Cap for taking all the the shine away from Lamar Jackson. Like, just back off. You know what I mean? Like, you got 2 black quarterbacks that are going to be MVP this year. At least 2 that are going for MVP.
Top 4 is all black.
Top 4 is all
every
black. It's the
MVP
greatest
candidate
time
is a
in
black
history
quarterback.
for black quarterbacks. And then you got to make this whole song and dance about the tryout, and I want to bring my receivers. And to be fair, the NFL did give them all white receivers, which I thought was a little biased. But you have to do this whole thing at a high school, and you don't want to do it. It's like right now you could either go for it and do the thing that the NFL had asked to do and prove that you're great and let them put out whatever videos you want along with your videos, or you could do the PR stunt, which I think there's many levels to this. There's many levels because I heard. Well, go.
I think it was a PR stunt on all accounts. Like, I think it was just a colossal fuck up on the NFL, on Kaepernick's side. Like, literally everybody involved. The only people, in the long run, in the most fucked up way, the only people who truly won was the NFL. They got what they wanted. This dude is never going to be back in the league. He's never going to be back in the league. They got him once.
Break down what happened because. Or we don't even break down what happened.
We could just let's just pick it up from the beginning of this year. Once Kaepernick signed that collusion agreement, pretty much saying like, you know, yes, we'll pay you this amount of money, but you can't say this, you got to say that, to NDA, whatever. I think all hope of him ever being on the team should have been lost right then and there, because it's like no matter what, you won that battle, but the NFL is eventually going to win the war if you want to work for them again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're not just gonna. You could work with them even if they fuck with you.
Yeah.
You can work with the NFL. You're not going to make them motherfuckers bow twice. You're not going to make them kiss your ass 2 times.
Right.
They already took their L in the beginning of the year. Right? So once the NFL just all of a sudden is like, oh, Saturday we're doing this workout. No, we can't change it. No, we can't be on a Tuesday. You have reason to believe shit's going to be fishy. Right? So after that, once you're doing once everything's set up and you got the 25 teams there, the NFL, which they smartly did, was like, yo, we're going to give you every single opportunity to get you on the team. We're going to leak the news. We're going to put on ESPN. We're going to have Stephen A. talk about it, say, hey, if he does what's done, if he plays the game, he'll be on the team in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Don't think that was not planned. Don't think that was just somebody, I just heard. Like, somebody who knew some shit was like, yo, we're going to get him to sign this shit. Because if shit goes wrong, he doesn't get signed or whatever, if he just plays the rest of these games and doesn't come back, we don't want to take another L. That being said, Cap's team is also smart. They saw that provision in the contract.
What was the provision? Do you understand this? I don't understand it.
So usually, for most, combines,
it was a liability waiver.
Yeah, you signed.
They added something to the liability waiver that indemnified, I think the term is.
Yeah. So basically,
it's the
same thing any NFL player will sign.
He basically no. Allegedly, and we don't know if this is true, but this is what Capside is saying, is that they added something to the liability waiver.
That is true.
That said that Cap couldn't sue the NFL for a conspiracy to not hire him.
Yeah, if he got injured at the facility, if he stunk it up at the workout and no team signs him, he can't say, oh, they didn't sign me because A, B, C, D, or whatever. All this shit. Obviously,
I thought it also said that he can't sue him for past stuff as well.
Anything from the end of the collusion to now, the end of the collusion settlement to now. So anything from February this year to Saturday, anything that happened in between that, he can't.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
That's completely reasonable.
Yeah.
But
fuck.
But you can understand why he didn't trust them when it came to the you got to give away your rights.
Sued.
Thing.
Like, what can you sue for once you've already sued and won?
Well, there were
if you're Kaepernick, you're like, all right.
There were two things, right? There were 2 things that he was suing for. One he got paid for, and another thing that was still unsettled. I don't think he got paid for the collusion to keep him out of the league. I think there was something else that he got paid for.
I think he did, but
I thought they settled on all that. They just settled an amount of money, and he got that, and that's that. And that's why I thought he wouldn't play again.
But if you're Kaepernick, like, you totally understand why. Like,
hey, you know what? Nobody knows. And you know why nobody knows? Because Kaepernick won't do a single fucking interview.
Yeah.
That's why no one knows. This is your fault, dude. This is your fucking fault.
I'm pro Cap, and I really want to see him.
We've all been pro Cap. We all want him to get an opportunity. But you're fucking up yourself by not talking. Go fucking talk. Tell us what you want. Yeah. Tell us what the problems are. Yeah. Tell us how we can make things better. You talk all this shit like you want the media there, and the media needs to be important, and the media is important to you, but you've never taken a single interview.
That's the only thing I think he kind of fucked up on. Like, I didn't have a problem with him doing the workout at the high school. I didn't have a problem with all that shit. But, like, guarantee the same people the access you were going to guarantee the NFL. Like, if these motherfuckers want to interview you, they want to see where your head's at, don't just make a statement and dip. You know what I mean? Like, if you really are serious about playing in the NFL, and that's why I'm thinking, like, okay, like, maybe he's not serious about
and
playing in
don't
the NFL.
threaten.
And he
walked
shouldn't
in there
want to.
Threatening. He had the Kunta Kinte T-shirt on.
But he shouldn't want to.
He's like, they've been keeping me out of the league. Don't be scared. Go tell your owner. It's like, bro, this is the golden platter. This is the opportunity. And if you play well, at bare minimum, it proves collusion.
Yeah.
If you play well,
And that's
everybody
where he got the win.
And everybody sees that you play well, it proves that they're not picking you up for that reason. You gave them an excuse to not give you up with your attitude and politicizing the whole event.
But that's where he got his win, though. By streaming the workout, he proved anybody with two eyes knows, like, okay, this motherfucker should be on the roster. It's not like...
Did he?
Yes!
I've only seen one deep throw, and it's a great deep throw, but it's also one deep throw, no pads, fly route, and it's perfectly thrown.
Yeah.
But that's the only highlight I'm seeing cut up. Like, why isn't this guy on a team?
But
And
I watched the
that's one
whole
throw.
I watched the whole workout. I was home. I saw the link go up. Whatever. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna watch this shit. He looked exactly how he looked before he left. Like, the accuracy isn't crazy, but does he have a cannon? Does he have strength? Can he move? He looked a little bigger, like a little stronger. Like, he's got a little deep throw.
It's the
a deep
only
arm,
throw I've
but
seen.
Like,
And that one
Oh,
was
no,
messed
no,
up.
sorry.
his deep passes
this
weren't
isn't it.
super accurate, but the
I
ones
think-
that they were circulating are the ones that looked really good. His thing was,
That's not
I
great.
think one of the he had the
picked.
slow. That's what I'm saying. Like, the deep routes weren't that.
It's
fucking
potentially
good.
complete. That's fine. It's
Good throw.
But the thing was, I think what he was worried about was if he signs over all his
This
rights
is the
to
one
the
I'm seeing on
NFL.
Twitter. This is a perfect throw.
Yeah, that's
It's a
perfect
dime.
throw. Yeah, that's a dime. But he didn't want the NFL to see footage and be like, and just cut up all his worst shit and send that to everybody.
Which is smart.
Which is smart. But at the end of it, but the more like he's worried about, it's like, yo, there's just way too much distrust on either side. He shouldn't want to play in the NFL. The NFL has every right to not want him in the NFL. Like, they're both just too far gone at this point. Like, if a team picks him up, I'll be happy about it. I don't see it happening, but it's just like, it's been too much shit has happened in the past 3 years.
I mean, look, I've never played quarterback. I've never done it in high school. I mean, a little in like college, like intramural type shit. Throwing a wide open bomb is not the
That's
hardest
what I'm
fucking
saying.
thing. in
Johnny
the world.
Manziel's pro day was fantastic. And I'm not. Johnny Manziel got drafted, so I guess you could say so should Cap get signed. But Johnny Manziel flamed out. And I liked Johnny Manziel. He had a fucking terrible, like, he had a great pro day. Teddy Bridgewater had a not so great pro day. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, like, these don't tell you shit. It's no line coming at you, no pads. You're just running the fly route. That's all I'm seeing.
I
It's like,
1000%
How easy
agree.
is that? Like,
I
like,
1000%
how
agree.
easy, for example, how easy is throwing that fly route? Is it akin to just shooting an NBA three?
No, I mean, like, you don't want, like, if you got a fast receiver,
Maybe.
you don't want him to slow
So you hit
down.
he hit a
if
wide
he's getting
open
it in
three?
stride.
he hit
like,
one
you
guy
get
in
him
stride. The other two,
Yeah.
he didn't really hit in stride. Well, I
Yeah.
guess 2 out of the 3 kind of. But,
Just real quick, and that's the footage he chose to share.
yeah. And that's.
If the footage you chose to share is one where a guy had to do like almost a 360 to catch the pass,
Yeah.
and another one that was decent, and then the bomb. Like, those are the only 3 that you could pick out from the whole workout.
That stream isn't like what he put out. That was the local NBC channel. So all this shit was out there for everybody. That was his whole thing. And I think his whole point, I honestly don't think he was trying to
Okay,
get on
so
the NFL
when he says,
team.
I want
Let me finish.
transparency, that's what he means.
Yeah, that exactly. I think the only thing was he wanted to show people like, hey, I'm not in the league. It's not because of my ability. I think that's the only thing he was trying to prove. I really don't think he was trying to get on the NFL
It hasn't been
team.
proven to me that he has ability from that right there. You just threw a wide open straight pass.
No workout was
That's
gonna
one
prove that,
pass.
though.
He was
It's
he was
hard to
throwing
say
the ball
that-
for 40 minutes.
But it's hard to say that from any pro day. That's kind of my point. Is like this wasn't going to show us much. One thing you could say, and even the pro cat people showing up, I'd have been like, yo, back up, because the point for a lot of people that I do think it's like a collusion thing or whatever, but you can also say, look, he's good. He's just not good enough for that sideshow that he brings. Same thing they said about Tim Tebow. He's a better quarterback than Tebow, but Tebow wasn't remotely controversial. He just
brought a
you
sideshow.
You just bring a lot
brings
of
a
fucking
sideshow.
attention,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
just not worth it.
Which I
and
understand.
I love Tebow. I think Tebow won, and that's all that mattered. But yo, it's a lot of fucking attention, and that's logically the one thing you can't say. No, fuck you. So if I'm Kaepernick, I tell my pro Kaepernick people, yo, just don't. I appreciate that shit. Watch the stream.
And he's also just
If you want to play, but if you don't want to play,
Can I ask a question? So I haven't been keeping up at all with this. We were away, and I didn't and for anybody maybe who doesn't understand who's listening, what was the whole thing? Like the NFL wanted him to do these drills at their field, and then he wanted to do it
From
at
what I
his.
understand,
like, what was
Kaz
the
will
disconnect?
say it better than me, but they had this facility, this time, we're going to give you the receivers, and they weren't giving him any real information that he could use. Like, you're not going to know who your receivers are until you get there.
Okay.
And that's like, if I have my receivers, I know their speed, I know their timing, I can throw a better deep ball. If I don't know how fast you are and I throw a deep ball, I don't know if I'm hitting you in stride. I could easily outthrow you. And that's fucked up on the NFL's part, but also he didn't handle
And
it the best.
another thing that
Real quick, the facility that they were going to use was the Atlanta Falcons facility.
Okay.
So it's not like they were giving him some bullshit. It was state-of-the-art facility, and they were going to give him some receivers. Now, keep this in mind. If the NFL walks out there with 4 of the worst receivers in history, who does that look bad for? Cap or the NFL?
It already looks bad
looks
on the NFL
bad.
because they have it on a Saturday.
No,
that was
no.
his whole hang-up. His whole hang-up was like, why is it on a Tuesday when any real decision makers could be here to make a deal? Like, the only people who's setting on a Saturday is like the third or fourth rung people. Granted, this has never been done in the history of the NFL. They've never had a team-wide NFL sanctioned, we're going to have this workout for one guy unless it's like the draft combine or any of those rookie things. That's the only time they do this. They're doing this specifically for you. So as fucked up as it may seem on the inside, it's still an opportunity. Like, it's still an opportunity to go there and show out and run the risk because the NFL wants this to go the way too.
Right.
They would love for just put them on the team just so we don't
Right.
have to talk about this.
So
shit
But
anymore.
to clarify, for example, Atlanta Falcons Stadium, he says he doesn't want to do it there. He holds at a high school. That's why they're these two different situations.
So he holds it himself.
Himself
so,
at a
yeah.
high school, 8 teams show up. He would have had 25 teams at the Atlanta Falcons one.
Oh.
So already now he believes that he has reasons why he should do it. And I think Kaz touched on this earlier. Is there's too much distrust between the NFL and Cap and the NFL. So Cap wants to control his narrative, which I understand. We talk about controlling narratives all the time. Absolutely. That being said, if you want to play for the organization, you have to prove that you're willing to do what the organization wants, because that's what happens when you have a job. When you have a job, you submit to the desires of the job. For example, if I say, hey, Kaz, I'd love to work for you, and you say to me, well, in order to work for me, you got to come in at 10 a.m. Monday through Friday. I go, yes, sir, I'd love to come in at 10 a.m. because that's what I'm coming up to. When you go on the job interview, when you say, hey, can you come on Friday for the job interview? And then you go, no, I will hold my own job interview on Sunday in a different location. What the fuck is an employer supposed to say? Any other job, they'd be like, well, suck my dick.
Yeah.
I don't need you working for me.
And granted, I understand that completely. The only thing is,
I get both sides.
Cap is they both have their own agendas.
Of course.
Yeah.
Cap
It's
shit is
just distrust.
Yeah.
And the
There's
distrust
distrust.
is warranted
It's
because they
warranted.
clearly colluded to keep him out of the fucking league.
Exactly.
But like you're saying earlier, because there's so much distrust, you got to go your separate ways.
You got to,
Don't
at
even
this
do the
point.
whole PR rigmarole.
At this point, you got to go your separate ways because it's like, dog, no matter what, they're not gonna. It's not gonna. So what's the perfect example? What's the perfect end game for him? Like, you become the GM of the Niners, you become the GM of the Jets, because that's basically what you're saying. You're gonna tell the dude, like, you're basically strip everything aside. You think it's a meritocracy, it's not. At the end of the day, you're asking these guys for a paycheck. If you're gonna ask these guys for a paycheck, which is why Eric Reed was getting his shit, like, he had his points, but it's like, yo, at the end of the day, you're suiting up for these motherfuckers. You're getting a check from them. Like, you make all the points in the world, and then granted, I agree on almost all of them, but at the end of the day, those are your employers. You need that check.
100%. And your merit is based on more than your skill. That we know that there's a lot of quarterbacks that are in this league right now who have merit outside of just quarterbacking
Yes.
skill, right? You were telling me about that guy who's great at watching film, Brian Hoyer or something like that. And like he's elite at watching film. So he offers merit to a team outside of just being able to catch guys on little fly routes, etc. He provides value. Some people in the NBA, Juwan Howard played till he's 70 years old practically just because he's a great locker room guy, right? So if you're coming to a team and let's say you have all the merit in terms of skill, like Cap might have, but the show, like you were talking right there, reduces from your overall merit, that is a concern.
Yeah, and team chemistry is a fragile thing, and it's like, look, if I think this guy's going to be divisive in the locker room, even if he's good, I don't want to bring him in.
Because think about it.
I'm
that
the number
whole-
one guy saying that about the
every
Kyrie Irvings
O-line-
or whoever.
Every O-line voted for Trump. Let's be honest, right? Every O-line in the NFL voted for Trump,
Yo,
right?
did you see
You
that
think
video?
they blocking for Cap? Do you think they gonna take a knee? That's what they gonna do.
Oh, my God.
Them O-line. The second he said hike, they gonna take it. I thought we taking knees.
It's hard. He plays a hard position to gain trust for. Like, you see that video with Dwayne Haskins during the Jets they were playing? And he comes to his own line. He's like, yo, what do I need to do to help you guys? I think they were getting blown out by the Jets. He's like, what can I do to help you? And all the O-line just look at him like, He's a rookie. He's played
yeah.
he started maybe like 1.5 games already.
Yeah.
They all just look at him like, this motherfucker, and just continue to go to talk about whatever the hell they were talking about. Those motherfuckers got to trust you.
Yeah.
And don't if Cap goes to a team where the defensive tackle, the center, and the I don't know, the right tackle,
Guard. Yeah.
and the elementary just don't fuck with what you believe in.
Yeah.
They might not block for you. Like they might put you in a position where you get hurt. Somebody might pay this motherfucker off. Like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna sign this motherfucker.
The O-line is the policeman of the team.
Yes.
And Cap does not like policemen. Okay, this is mathematics right here.
It's mad possible that somebody's gonna be like, man, yo, first fucking play, just let this motherfucker through. Fuck it, whatever. Like that shit happens to people that they do like. That happens to quarterbacks that are actually good. It was like, yo, fuck it, man. Like I've seen.
That's where Cap needs to connect with the opposing linebackers and be like, do you support a black man or do you sack one? You know what I mean? Like he needs to really manipulate,
God
bro.
damn.
I thought you stand with me, bro.
That's kind of a big reason why I wanted to see him in the league. I wanted to see who to really crack him. For
I would love to see him, and I'd love to see if he's still good. I also don't know, and I guess it didn't cross my mind that he just actually doesn't want to play. Because on the way up here, I was like, why does he want to play? You're going to be a backup quarterback. Nobody's going to sign you off rip as a starter.
Yeah.
You're going to make $1 million a year, which is not nothing.
I thought they
but
make $10 million backup quarterbacks.
Depends. He wasn't going to get that money.
He'll get a small money. It's not $10 million. That's a huge contract for a backup quarterback.
Okay.
That's huge.
Okay.
You're going to get a couple million a year maybe, but you already got a settlement. You're already good with money. You don't seem like a guy who spends on dumb
Nike's
shit.
still paying you.
You still got Nike money. You're just going to go out there and practice every day and risk CTE. You're a fucking hero right now. You are this
You've done
generation's
enough,
Huey P.
bro.
Newton. That's everybody calling him. He's our Huey. Be Huey. You know what I mean? Chill.
Yeah, there's a much longer lifespan and life cycle in doing that than just getting
Huey P.
cracked
Newton
in
got a much...
football.
Colin Kaepernick off the field got a much better legacy than Colin Kaepernick on the field.
Right.
On the field, he had a couple of fucking amazing years and then kind of fizzled.
Out. Yeah.
He didn't bomb, he didn't suck, but he just became kind of an average quarterback.
Yeah.
Who's Huey P. Newton?
Leader of the Black Panthers, right? Back in the 70s or 60s?
Yeah, one of the founders of the
one of the
Black
founders. Yeah.
One of the founders, okay.
So, now, what was his relation to T'Challa? How did he?
Wow.
I know there was.
He discovered vibranium.
He discovered vibranium.
He's the one. Yeah.
Damn.
He started this thing, too.
He did? That's a real American
Before
ass
that, they
name.
were just like, yo,
Black
Wakanda's...
Panther, bro.
They were just kind of like, I fucks with Wakanda, and he's like, no, this shit is forever. And then he threw this out. And I was like, you know what? This kind of hot.
Damn, Huey, he knows about branding. This guy's the man. I need to look him up. I need to Google him.
Bro.
All right. We're off this Cap shit. Thank God.
Yes.
I think we hopefully managed to have a little fun with it and educate the masses, if you will.
Yeah.
Did we even get through flagrant thoughts? Did you have a flagrant thought?
No, we didn't do flagrant though.
I thought you had a flagrant thought.
I have a flagrant thought.
I had a flagrant thought that was part of the full sack. Okay. Okay, go. What do you got?
Did you do yours?
Yeah, I think it was part of the full sack, wasn't it?
Okay. Maybe. So you ever watch like movies in the 90s? Disney Plus is back. You're seeing these movies with the 90s.
Yeah.
And they got these movies with these hot girls. And now I'm watching these movies like, yo, how many dicks did this girl suck to get this role?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And now I'm thinking the quality of hot women is just gonna drop dramatically now that these selecting these bitches on merit. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be a sad day for hot women in movies.
Jesus Christ,
Dude, there's a
Don't nobody want to look at meritocracy.
yeah. There's a what's it called? The Harvey Weinstein guy.
Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Harvey Weinstein guy. No. There's a.
Like that's his name.
I don't know if I ever did this on. I remember doing it on stage a little bit, but like I don't know if I talked to you guys about this here, but like how he was like the Bill Belichick of like movie producers.
Yeah.
Like most directors and shit are looking for like an actress that trained at Juilliard and she had experience doing soap operas and movies abroad and on stage plays. And Weinstein was just like, who's sucking dick? And he all sucking dick.
Jesus Christ.
He just needs someone to fit
True
the system.
talent. True talent.
He got a system, and he just needs players to fit the system.
He knows the system. You're getting the Oscar. You're getting the trophy at the end of the year. You
I
just
don't
need to
those.
suck the dick. It's simple.
Oh,
Wasn't everybody happier? This dude was delivering Oscars, dude.
It's like first round pick. I don't
Son.
need those. Give me
Fuck
somebody.
a first round pick.
I'll trade back to the 6.
Bro, what, literally, what did Belichick do, right? Belichick was like, I need a receiver. And they're like, do you want like a 6'5" black guy with like amazing vertical leap? He's like, no, you got any juice?
Give me this lacrosse playing motherfucker over here.
How about a
I can turn him into a wide receiver. You gotta play
Hogan.
quarterback? Got him. Give it to me. Julian Edelman never played receiver in his life.
Son,
People forget that
Edelman,
shit.
Hernandez,
Yeah.
right? Hogan,
Fucking Gronk. All these
Gronkowski.
motherfuckers.
Who are these people?
Wes Welker was
Wes
nobody
Walker,
before
another
that.
one. Jesus Christ. The only
Julian
fucking,
Edelman.
Bro.
Only black wide receiver to
Josh Gordon, gone.
the only black wide receiver
Randy.
to fucking flourish is the greatest of all time.
All time. Randy.
It's the only way. You couldn't stop that monster. That
Harvey
was-
Weinstein
that was it.
traded his first. He's like, I'll give you my first round pick for a 6th and a blowjob. And he won, yo.
That motherfucker
And he won, bro.
dude.
And every year you're like, oh, no, how he does it. He's like, yo. He's
Yo, we
always
gotta
in the mix.
We gotta look at the girls that he put in movies to see if they were like noticeably less fine. Like, we got. You
He's
know
trying
what
to
I'm
throw the
saying?
sense off. Like, oh, fuck it. I can't.
Nah. That he was like literally, he was giving opportunities to like less beautiful girls.
No, I think he was just about. I think a lot of them would have sucked dick, and he was like, "Let me get the baddest bitches to give me blowjobs, and then I'll put them in movies, and we'll make money."
He probably started with
He
some
worked for
average bitches at
Miramax. That's a
first.
startup, man. You got to do what you got to do to survive at a startup. You know what I mean?
Son.
Low budget indie films.
Son. Let me tell you, he was putting the ND in indie films for sure. This guy, yo,
Oh,
there's
God.
a
You heard about that Charlie's Angels bullshit?
bro. This is so funny.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
there was a new Charlie's Angels movie that comes out.
Didn't even
right?
know.
None of us
Had
knew.
no fucking
Okay.
clue.
They spent
I know they have a
$60
Twilight
million
bitch in
making the movie. They probably spent another $80 million promoting it. It makes $8 million, just $8 million its first weekend. And Elizabeth Banks is the one who wrote it and directed the actress. She goes, "It's a shame that men don't support female action movies." And I mean, first of all, so many funny things about this. It's like, first of all, like, why do men have to support it? Like,
No.
just make your movie for women. You should be upset women haven't support. Like Fast and
Yeah.
Furious is not for women. We go out and support it. It makes millions and fucking billions of dollars. Every Marvel movie, men go out and support it. It makes $1 billion. Everybody's happy. Women don't like action movies, and that's fine. But you made a Charlie's Angel movie, which men supported back in the day, not for the
Yeah.
fucking action sequences, because you had 3 fine ass bitches in it, and there was no Instagram or no Hooters where we could go look at these girls. And finally, we had movies where like, okay, they're gonna look hot, and then we got to watch them do some cartwheels, whatever the fuck women do, and then eventually we're gonna see them look hot again. You know, they always got a bitch doing cartwheels in the action movies, right?
There's always like a laser scene, and they're just like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
how
like,
are we going to
fuck
get
outta
through
here,
this
it's
laser?
Yeah, you just get cheerleader moves.
That's all they do.
And they're shooting you with their pom poms or whatever the fuck.
Exactly. They're just doing that. Hooray, hurrah.
Spelling
Yeah,
everything.
women don't support women, bro. They
Yo,
support
but here's-
Beyonce.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
They try to do a movie without
Charlie's
Beyonce.
Angels.
You can't do that.
Charlie's Angels. If you look at the 3 chicks that they chose for Charlie's Angels, these 3 bull dykes, right? There's no
Who are
fucking
these
way.
clothes?
Look at this. Look at this. Go to that image right there.
This girl's like 6'8". How tall is she?
Son, they got Candace Parker.
She fine.
They got.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know who she is, but she look good.
Listen, no.
A
But
mother to on the end. I don't know.
look at this one right here. Even
Who's this girl? Kristen Stewart? I never thought this bitch was cute ever.
Blow it up so I know
Listen,
their names.
Kirsten?
it's Kristen Stewart. She looks like one of the guys
was
from
in
One
Twilight,
Direction.
right?
Yo,
Okay?
straight up.
This girl right here she's a very pretty girl, but whatever. And then
She
this
looked
one
like
here,
gay
fine.
Hermione.
You know.
I have no idea who these other 2 are, but I knew the Twilight bitch. And she is tall.
Yeah,
She's
nah,
like
that's-
6'3". Sheesh.
Point is, you're looking at this, right?
Nothing about this looks like a movie to me. This looks like a shitty cable show.
Go back to this right here.
They should have just went with Jeter's old work. Boom, we all would have showed up.
Yo, real
Facts.
talk.
Yeah.
Look how shitty that picture is, too. That looks mad bootleg. That don't look like a multi-million-dollar movie set.
This
That looks
doesn't
like
look
an Instagram picture.
Word.
Oh, you mean to tell me? And the fucked up shit is like, they were like, yo, we had 43 Spider-Man movies. First off, every Marvel movie, you can't go from watching fucking Thanos destroy the entire planet and see an empty
Stay on
fucking
that one
street.
image. Stay on that- Okay, so look, so go back. Stay
Like,
here.
how does this compare to
Hold
fucking?
on, hold on. So go back to the other image now, Eden. Go show the other one. The last Charlie's Angels movie did $260 million. It was a reboot. Same 3 chicks. And you know they had a fine ass Asian bitch, a fine ass white bitch, and a fine ass lesbian. I don't know what Drew Barrymore is, but she's in a.
Motherfuckers
suit
love
jacket.
Drew Barrymore.
Yeah,
She's
nah.
accomplished.
She was
People
there
knew who
for
the
the
fuck she
blacks.
was.
She was there for the blacks. Black
Thick white
people,
girl.
right? So
Motherfuckers knew who she was though. She was a star. Like,
Yeah, but
Hold
that's
on,
what I'm saying. You put
hold on.
a thick white girl in there, black people show up.
So this right here, you have something that men are gonna go see. Okay, that's all we want. We want hot chicks. Back in the day. Now I don't think we'll go to movies just because hot chicks, because we can access them so much more. But these are two very attractive women, right? There's you can almost fetishize them a little bit, right? The blonde, blue-eyed chick, the Asian girl, and again, whatever Drew Barrymore brings to the table. I'm not really sure what she brings to the table. I've never truly understood Drew Barrymore in my life and why we're into it. I'm not sure. Do you get it?
Nah.
She's never been attracted to
Drew
me.
Barrymore is the pineapple of women, and like, how did we get into that?
When
Who
this
was the
just woke
first
up
one?
and everyone was like, "Oh, she's sexy." I'm like,
why
"Is she?"
were we in pineapple?
She was like doing moves at Adam Sandler as the love interest. I'm like, "You sure, Adam? Like, this is."
You're worth $500 million.
That's a merit-based casting right there.
Ooh.
Son, this is
Farrah Fawcett. Come on, son. That's an
son.
all-time bad one.
Son.
Farrah Fawcett.
Some
Come
bad.
on, man.
this is I don't know 70s 90s I don't know what the
70s.
fuck this is. Look at that. Look at these fucking three white women.
I honestly do believe social media plays a huge part.
Those are some
Because I remember
good
when I used to see movies back in the day, they would have like the little ratings on the bottom, and underneath that they'll be like, violence, drug use, some nudity. If I seen some nudity and I'm 13 years old, I'm watching that shit immediately. But now you can just see that shit on your phone all the time. Like, I don't need this.
Anywhere we want.
Yeah, like there's no thirst for me to see that
Anywhere we
shit.
want.
God damn.
That's why Hooters sucks now. Hooters has a bunch of fat girls in it, right? And one is the only people those sneakers fit. And two, maybe wearing them fat girl sneakers at Hooters, bro. You know them chunky ass fucking Skechers, bro. Them big ass white sneakers walking around in fucking chalkboard erasers. But all these girls are on Instagram now. They don't gotta sell chicken wings. They sell fit tea.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my
But this is the
gosh.
only time you would see these bitches.
Now go to these girls. What are those girls? Akash, was it you that had the joke about you're tired of the female action movies?
Yes, 100%.
She looks
Now-
like your girl, Lily Singh, bro, but like taller and badder.
Who? Which one?
The tall joint in the
The
middle.
black chick?
Yeah, she looks like a
Oh, she's
more,
black?
She's black. Well, her
think
name
so.
Naomi. She black.
She
But she
Cape
looks like
Verdean.
she looks like a finer Lily Singh.
Cape
Yeah, like a little- she fine though. She gay, right?
Who?
Lily Singh.
Yeah,
Indian joint?
she's
Yeah.
bisexual.
Who's this?
She'll be telling you every third
She's
Instagram
like-
post.
That's that
The most
YouTube girl?
poppin' Indian joint.
Wait a minute, she's bi?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I was about to say, like, is that like?
How did
I don't know.
you thought we were gonna skip over that?
I thought it was a look for us. You know what I mean?
Hold on,
I don't be trashing no brown people on this
Now,
platform.
do you really believe she's bi, or do you think that it's like a convenient? It's like I'm gonna say I'm bi so that people still think I'm straight enough, but in reality I'm actually a lesbian. But you won't support me if I'm a lesbian, so I'll say bi.
Oh,
Do you
see,
understand
pretty
what I'm
spot
saying?
on to
yeah,
me.
yeah.
It's like a safe expression of.
Yeah.
It's like when Malik Yoba was like, "I'm into trans women." It's like, no, you like
Just
cock.
like cock,
You know what I mean? Like, you like fucking guys. So, do you think that's what she's doing? And I know it's a hard situation because
I won't dispute any theories.
Gotcha.
My, I will say, now I don't know, this is more to your theory maybe.
yeah.
I was at first like skeptical of like, is it just a nice platform to say you're gay and then get a lot of
Oh,
love?
you think she was using
I was
it?
thinking that, but I do remember someone worked with her years ago before she like was on billboards. She was
Yeah.
still big, but before billboards.
She was like the bitch.
And
on
she was
YouTube.
like, she has a very masculine energy. I don't know if she is gay. I'm not saying she's gay, but she just, and it's fine. She just has a very masculine energy.
I was watching some shit where like she was doing some sketch with this dude where like they were kind of like beefing, and they were like, "Yo, you want to take it outside?" And she's like, "You want to take it outside?" Like, and then she's like, "See me at the corner of the parking lot."
It was a long setup, but it got there. It got there.
So she does have that. She does have the
It's-
alpha energy, bro. She got that alpha energy.
And like she like played dudes, right? Like she do like the fucking Eddie Murphy thing where she like dressed up as a bunch of people.
Yeah.
It's like she would.
Yeah. My girl is she's Punjabi also, very proudly, and she gets a little bothered that Lily doesn't claim that very much. Like
Can
she
you-
claims it,
Yeah.
but not.
Can you be bi in Punjabi?
Yeah. Younger kids don't really give a fuck. I mean, our parents are our parents, but
Yeah.
How does God feel about it?
I think he's good with it.
God is
Yeah,
good with
sick
the
God
bi.
is good with it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Our uncles aren't God, but sick God, I'm pretty sure is good with.
So God
is one. All that.
nothing about.
Very open-minded religion.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she looks like the Destiny's Child. I mean, Charlie's Angel chick. That was my long way.
Okay.
With it
Yeah,
taste.
we got
Okay.
We got
We
it.
got the point.
First gay act in history. Keep this in mind. You're butt fucking sans running water.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
You had movies, but you didn't have
When
running
was it?
water?
No, I'm saying, no, in history.
Oh, in
First
history.
gay act in history, right?
Right.
You know how they always go like, oh, back in the day, sexuality was so fluid, this, that, the other. I do not think it was so fluid. I think the reason why there is like such distaste for it in like the Bible and stuff, I can't speak about Eastern philosophy or religion, but like I think there's such distaste in like the Abrahamic religions is because you were in the desert, right? There's no fucking running water, there's no toilet paper or anything like that. You're kind of gross, and then a guy's fucking another guy in the ass. Like, don't you think it's reasonable to see them go like, hey, don't do that?
I can see that.
No, I
can
think
see that.
it happened earlier than we expected. Because I remember men are like stupid back here, right? Like they probably didn't give a fuck about women. It was like, oh, this tiny thing, fuck out of here. And they're like,
Right.
how do we make more of us? And they probably like tested with a few dudes at first. And it was like, no, that's not working. How come no pregnancy happened?
Hold on. Yo, Kaz's logic is so fucking bad. No. I need to take a moment. I need to take a moment on this. Let me tell you. Kaz's logic is, hold on. Kaz's logic is, he's like, women are so weak, we should test on some dudes to see if they get pregnant too. Now. Hold on.
No.
Let me just get this out. No, that's what he was saying.
I think he's saying they want to give birth to dudes, and the way to give birth to
No.
Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Like they're probably because I'm guessing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
like,
a lot
we
of
wanna have a
they
son.
didn't have like menstrual shit under control. They probably just like bled to death like every 2 weeks. It was like, oh, these women are useless.
Oh, okay. No, you're
and they were
right.
like,
Yeah.
oh, us strong men, we need to make more of men. How do we? Maybe you hit here and
Okay,
So it's both of us.
Yeah, it's both of our theories combined. Okay, that's how stupid it was. Is we both misinterpreted and we were both right. So
I don't think gay
Hold
sex happened before.
hold on. So you thinking that men are going around, right, wondering how to make other men, right, knowing full well they came out of a pussy, but they're like, how do
They
we
don't
make?
know that.
They have a mom.
Yeah, dog. What do you think? No one found that out?
I don't know.
They had
Every
memories?
day they're seeing bitches give birth to men and women, and you think some guys? No, that's how the
They
first
never-
gay guy was
You're
slick.
not thinking it
No,
early
the
enough.
first gay guy was slick.
You're not thinking
That's
early
how he
enough.
tricked everybody. The first gay guy was like, "Yo, if you want a really strong baby, you gotta punch my shit box in. That's how we're gonna make strong babies, and then we could take over that other warring tribe." And then the other guy's like, "For real?" He's like, "Yes,
Yes,
I'm willing to
it'll work."
sacrifice.
I actually think it was started as some dominant shit of like,
I'm gonna rape you."
Alex, I'm gonna do to you what I do to these useless hoes over there picking berries.
Oh my
look
god!
how much of my bitch you are, and then they fucked him, and that's how it all became a thing.
But do you think that they got hard enough to bust, or do you think they were just like elephant
fucking
trunking
Son,
it?
rapists be finding a way to get hard. It's really honestly
get off on that shit,
mind blowing.
you know?
That should be happening.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
No,
Do you really
some
think?
people get their kicks off of that shit. Like, stop. That was dark.
It's
Yeah,
true.
people
That's
get off
yeah.
on that shit. Yeah, it's real shit. Like people get off on like the struggle and like establishing that dominance and feeling like.
Also,
they'd
there
be
was no
dominant.
lights
Just-
back then, so at night maybe you could like, right? It's not like set the mood with the bed light or whatever like that. That shit was dark, be like you, and by morning you out. So you're just dealing with, and women were probably hairier back then. They probably had like
Probably.
little definitely pussy hair and butthole hair, but maybe not.
We really
definitely
have
weren't, like-
come a long way as men.
Grooming.
Son, we have.
They for sure weren't grooming back then.
I think it started with a circle jerk.
Yo, Al is on one today, bro.
What the fuck
Son,
is
I
Matt
think a
talking
gummy
about
bear
today,
before
yo?
this today.
Man, I started with a
bro.
circle jerk, son. Because think about it. The first guy who
listen to this.
Yeah.
Dumb shit. All right, go.
The first guy who
Say it,
jerks
say
him.
it, fucking.
You empower this.
I know. I
You
gotta-
empower
fault.
this.
So
Your
what?
stand-up
Your fault,
comedy
yo.
has empowered this.
Go on.
It's
Go
good
on.
logic.
So there's a bunch of fucking guys that are sitting around with full power to rape whoever they want, and they're like, you know what we should do? Whack off while looking at each other. That's logical. You could literally take any pussy that you wanted on planet Earth. There was no rules against
He's
it.
getting so irritated that you're not listening to his fucking
No, it's all
stupid
good.
ass theory.
Go. I didn't hear it. Hey guys. Hey,
Go on.
instead of fucking
Come on,
the
Alex.
exact,
Come on,
the
Alex.
exact
Come on,
pussy
Alex.
you want. Hey, you want to not fuck the exact pussy that you want and instead stare me in the eyes and whack off onto each other? Hey, yeah, that sounds good. Why don't we invite the boys over? Because me and you wouldn't be as much fun as if 10 of us created a fucking circle. You think that's how the Native Americans meant, like making a
Rain dance?
That was their rain dance. They're just whacking off in a circle straight into the sky, letting it come down their shoulders and head, hit them on their fucking feathers.
That's
You
how they
deserve
grew
all of
crops.
this, Alex, just so
They
you
all
know.
jerked off in
Just
the
know you
same
deserve
spot.
all of this, bro.
We need maize.
All right, Al, go make your point. Make your circle. Make your fucking circle.
I think you covered it, son.
Oh my god.
I think you got it there.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Did y'all get Disney Plus yet?
Fucking love Disney Plus,
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yo.
Love that shit, yo.
I don't know why I
pledge
had to
allegiance
talk
to the
about it
mouse,
now, but I
motherfucker.
saw the moment. So fuck it.
Oh fuck! Did y'all get Disney
Oh,
Plus
man.
yet? I ain't get it just yet. I'm gonna
shit's
need some
fire.
popping shit. I want to see that. You got it?
Yeah, man.
Thoughts?
I thought it was cool. I think it's great. My girl's fucking so happy, dude. Everybody who watched Disney, I didn't really watch Disney growing up because I had an older brother, so I would like try to be like him, and he had outgrown all that shit. So it wasn't a ton of nostalgia for me, but there's definitely some great movies on there, and I think it's a wrap for Netflix.
Yes.
I think Disney Plus, the subscribership is going to be like historic, like mind-blowing numbers out the gate.
Done.
Yeah.
I think people.
What I
You
say?
forget how much.
What I say?
You forget how much
I've been
Disney
told
got,
these
yo.
motherfuckers this shit. Do you know what I mean?
I think people. I think people just gonna add it.
hanging,
Yeah,
bro.
I told these motherfuckers this shit, but it's gonna happen. It's fine. I know that they got X-Men on there. You can watch like the old
Dog,
X-Men
yeah.
cartoons.
Son, Darren Brand, shouts
They
to
got-
comedian Darren Brand. He had the funniest fucking video where he's just smoking weed, talking about Disney Plus, and it's so fucking funny. I don't know. He just starts watching the X-Men during the video for the last like 45 seconds, and it's just funny. Everybody check
talking
it
over
out.
it? We gotta check
Darren
it
Brand.
out.
It's such a great.
You think in the
fucking app.
future, like people, like kids will look back at the X-Men cartoons and like think it's like a trans superhero group? like,
Why do you?
like because they were X-Men.
Gotta go back and grab it. Almost went over the head. Almost caught it. Gotta go grab it. There you go.
I support it. I support it fully.
Woo! I respect it.
I support all dad
my
jokes out
weekend
there.
was completely lost because of that. App,
What you watch?
completely fucking lost. I watched fucking Smart Guy. I watched Chippendale Rescue Rangers,
You watch Smart Guy
X-Men.
as well.
They got
the
Darkwing Duck?
Spider-Man,
Darkwing Duck slapped. I need to
was
watch
my
that.
guy, bro.
They got
He was so
fuck-
funny, yo.
I watched Endgame again. Cried again with my girl. Fucking. They got Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans was
all the
fun. I
sports
got hyped
docs
when I
that
saw
they
that.
did.
Good
All the
movie.
fucking
Sandlot.
the fucking Boy Meets World shit. Like That's So Raven. Like I was.
You forget
lost this weekend.
Yo, Disney's so brilliant, man. They plotted this for fucking 10 years
bro.
and didn't say a word about it. And I think you had a tweet when they bought Fox that said Disney's playing chess, everybody else is playing checkers. And then I was like, oh, Disney Plus.
You know what they
Motherfuckers
do.
got the
That's-
Simpsons.
Son, they even got another shit that I was thinking that the streaming thing should do. This is kind of dope. So you could look up, and I'm fucking stoked they did. You can look up any movie, right? If Disney Plus don't have it, but one of their other services that are connected does, it will recommend that service and where you can watch it.
Wow.
So let's say you want to watch Bad Boys 2, and Disney's like, we don't have that, but it is on Hulu, and Hulu is available for $1.99 a month more, and it's like, whereas Netflix, you just type in, Akash Singh stand-up special. And it's like, sorry.
Nothing.
we have-
Would you enjoy this?
Yeah, yeah. We have Russell Peters back to India for the
We
fourth
have
time.
Joy Luck Club if you're interested. There's never some shit I'd be remotely interested in.
Drew,
The best
that's
thing-
Google.
What?
If you Google anything, it does that.
No, but he's
No,
saying
but
they
it's
take
in
you
the
to
app.
their other properties.
Sorry.
Yeah,
They're-
Google does that.
No, but
So
but
whenever
Google
you pull up a movie, it'll show you all the places you can get it on which streaming service.
Yes.
You just click it.
But it's not all owned by Google. His point is Disney Plus, Disney owns Hulu. Disney owns whatever other service. They're not going to send you to Netflix. They're not going to send you to Amazon. They're going to send you to Hulu or
ESPN Plus.
ESPN Plus
what
or
if-
whatever,
what
one
if
of
none of
their
the
properties
entities
that they
have it?
own.
So ready?
What if
ready?
none of the entities
Here's the
have it?
question. Ready? When you go home to watch something, right?
Yeah.
Do you type it into Google?
Yeah.
So you go home,
Because I'll pull it up on my laptop.
you type it into Google, and then you press play, and then it brings you to Netflix.
Yeah.
What do you think most of humans do?
I mean,
What do you think most
I don't know what.
humans do?
That's what I do.
Listen.
That's what I do.
Listen. We know what you do,
Raising his voice.
but we also know you think homosexuality was invented from a circle jerk. So you're going a little different ways with shit. You think
it was
most
started because of plumbing?
100% plumbing played a huge part. Huge part.
I can
Washing
believe
that
that.
area,
Clean ass.
having
Well,
clean
well,
areas.
They were fucking way before plumbing. So.
Yeah, but begrudgingly. It became out in the open after plumbing. Like motherfuckers were just like they had them.
Books
So
are clean now.
So I think majority of people turn on Netflix, right? And then they start searching for things on Netflix. And that's why there's the paralysis of analysis, they say. Like, you just keep looking for more videos, you keep looking for more shit, but you never find anything. Like, so many people are stuck on the search, right?
dumb.
So I'm not saying that you may have found a more effective way, right? That's possible. But the majority of people type it in, it's not there, and then they're done. Disney Plus has somewhat solved that option by taking you to wherever it is, and since they have so much real estate in the market, they can take you to another one of their properties that they actually own,
No, I feel you.
where
That's a good
Netflix
idea, too.
can't
Yeah.
do it. You know what I'm saying? So
Disney's so ahead of the game, bro. They had the show. There's the show on Disney Plus called The World According to Jeff Goldblum, right?
yeah,
And the first episode is about sneakers. And they show Jeff Goldblum going to the Adidas like headquarters, their secret innovation headquarters, where they literally fucking study brainwaves to know if you like something, if you loathe something, like to get actual real feedback for all their products, right? So they've basically figured out a way to quantify how to cause motherfuckers to camp out in front of sneaker stores and have mass
Who is
hysteria
this?
for it was for Adidas, but I'm sure Nike, I'm sure all these people have this technology. They literally give you glasses, right? They put glasses on your face, and once you hold the sneakers, they have like 9 or 15 different fucking emotions, like happiness, sadness, contempt, displeasure, yada, all this other shit. And like every time he thought about it, they were like, yo, act like you don't like it. Like you would like stare at it, make a face, and like the fucking shit would go up. And these are like a pair of glasses that they have. And they're doing this shit with sneakers. You
so
know
why
what I'm saying?
hasn't it worked for any of their sneakers? Ain't nobody
my
lining
thought.
up for Adidas.
Motherfucking Yeezy. Are you kidding me?
That's Yeezy.
It's Adidas. You think Adidas didn't have the technology to be like, yo,
Nah.
come on,
Why didn't they
son.
do it before Kanye? If you don't need Kanye, you don't pay him.
dog. they
True or
got-
false?
They got
There's a reason why those
Beyonce,
3
too.
stripes ain't on the fucking Yeezys.
They got Beyonce too. They got Ivy Park.
Beyonce
They
but
went
that-
crazy for
Puma, I
that
thought.
shit.
But that
No,
didn't
it's
even,
Adidas.
but regardless, that wouldn't have anything to do with their brain study.
Mm-hmm.
Like signing Beyonce doesn't have anything to do with we're
And
studying.
mind you, this is just Adidas. Like clearly,
But
this
if Nike-
technology exists for shit. Is what I'm saying.
I think, and this is just my theory. I think that human beings don't really know what they like, but they know what they're influenced by. So, like, if somebody is influential enough, he can get people to wear sneakers that we all thought were ugly. Like, Dad's sneakers are popping, right? But there was a time where we all thought they were absolutely ugly. We would never wear them. They were just for like football coaches and shit. Then Yeezy comes, then what's face comes around, and the fashion industry comes around. They're like, nah, this is the type of sneaker we're gonna wear. And now
Yeah, but you
everybody
still
wears
needed
it.
somebody in that green room to be like, we need somebody that can push that influence. Like we have the technology, we have everything we need, but we still
Right.
need that person to put it on somebody to make. Because even we just said it, we were like, that's not Adidas, that's Yeezy. No, that's Adidas.
I guess what I'm saying is the more important person in the interaction, like you can get people to wear anything. Like all of us wore baggy jeans. Now we think that's stupid. Now we wear skinny jeans. In the next 5 years, we'll probably wear baggy jeans again.
think about that
and
all
we'll
the time.
think skinny jeans are stupid, right? So like what we like is
I almost think we're at that
completely
point. I think motherfuckers are bringing that
manipulatable.
back.
Of course they will. It's completely manipulatable. It's based on influencer and someone with enough power and equity in the fashion space or the music space, or look at how music has even changed, you know, will shift all of our ideas and focus to accept things that we thought weren't good. So while it's definitely a cool technology to see if we like anything, that thing in our head that tells us to like it is useless, in my opinion. The only thing you can really trust is like food and taste buds. Like, it don't matter how cool someone says some shit is, it's hard to get motherfuckers to like it if their flavor doesn't get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I still think there's still that thing where even if you see something, like I know there's some shit that I knew I was, the shoes I have on right now, I probably wouldn't have worn these like 5 or 6 years ago.
Right.
But now I'm like, oh yeah, you know, this goes with this. Like I could get away with that.
What are
like these are some Adidas shits, but I forgot
They're
what
clean.
they're actually called. But no, I'll put them up here. But I wouldn't have worn these like 5-6 years ago. Like I'd need like I would need like, oh, these fucking, you know, some signature athlete behind it, like Jordans, Durant's, whatever. But now it's like, you know, there's just something in you where like you're not even conscious of why you like the shit. It's like, oh yeah, this will work. Oh yeah, I get it. Like I'm talking about like hysteria. I'm talking about people like, yo, I have to have these. I have to be the first one with them. I have to, you know what I'm saying? Like that's probably where your theory comes in, where it's like, this guy's an influencer. Like, these people who get these sneakers are influencers. They need to get that before everybody else does. And I don't know. I guess
And when they do, they make it cool.
It was really fucking interesting to me, man.
Question:
Like,
Why do you guys think retros work?
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
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 Because like when shit is baked into your memories, right? Like that's like
brilliant.
the best way to influence people, right?
Disney Plus.
Like there's
Yep.
Disney
there's
Plus, exactly.
Of course. So there's like with food, this is something I was talking to Tim Dillon about this, and his uncle works with all these restaurants in the city, and like
Tim's the guy to talk to about the
he
food.
really understands. He understands like the food game itself, and he was like, his uncle would like taste certain meals and be like, "This tastes like spring," meaning like you're in the mood to have it in spring. Whereas like a hot cocoa or something like that, that's like a fall winter type thing, right? So, and the reason why those things exist because when you eat it or when you smell it or when you taste it, it reminds you of these events that happen in your life. Like there's a place
pumpkin
called
shit is always in the fall.
always in the fall, right? And it's like there's a place called Clinton Street Bakery, right,
Yeah.
in New York. It's a very renowned like bakery that has these pancakes, and they're like line is out for 2 hours, 2 hour wait no matter when you want to go on a weekend. And I've tried the pancakes. I'm like, why are they so good? I asked him why they're so good. He goes, you know what it is? They crust up on the sides. And I go, so what does that have to do? He goes, remember when your parents made you pancakes as a kid? And there was all that butter in the tray, so the pancake edges crusted up? He goes, you just think you're with your parents eating pancakes. It taps into that childlike.
Clinton Street Bakery is what it's called?
Yeah, it slaps. But 2 hour wait. It's insane.
it's
The
like
Asians found
right
it.
off of Delancey, right?
Delancey or
something like
Houston.
that. Yeah,
Houston
okay.
and
Yeah.
Clinton.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Asians found it. And once the Asian tourists find it, it's
So-
a wrap.
Supreme for breakfast.
Just like Asians.
Imagine loving a brand you couldn't pronounce. How fucking difficult must that be? No, but for real, imagine like
Wait, how does it sound?
supreme.
Supreme.
Can they say the R's?
Yeah,
No,
I
it's
think-
walk and roll for rock and roll.
City Walk. City
Supreme.
Walk.
Supreme.
Sh-
Supreme. No, that sounds like a speech
Mike Tyson or
impediment.
something, yeah.
Nah, I mean, I'm thinking South Park was like, shitty walk. You remember that episode of South Park? He owns the Chinese restaurant, the shitty walk, and like the shitty beef, the shitty stick, but this shit.
City?
Shitty. Built my shitty wall. Like,
Okay. Did you guys hear about Kanye performing in the prison?
No, I heard about
Yes.
Kanye and Joel Osteen. I didn't hear about
I saw
Kanye in
both.
prison.
What's happening with that?
He was just at Joel Osteen's church speaking about how like he was the greatest musician of all time and he's not working for the devil anymore. Now he's on God's side or something crazy like that.
you know what's the worst part about that whole shit? The music's good, but it don't make me feel good at all.
Kanye's music.
Like the new album, like
Oh, Alex has a point about the new album that he wanted to get out last week that he didn't get out, and this is actually a good point. It's
What was
not
your point?
him like on fucking mushrooms like he's been the rest of this episode.
So when the album first came out, and I was like, the one thing I usually look forward to in a Kanye album is the production value.
yeah.
And I felt that this album was off. Like I was listening, I hear little things that it's like, it's not really mixed very well. And then turns out like a week or two after the album came back, he remastered it because it was mixed.
And he
poorly.
also took out drums.
And it sounds a lot better now, actually. Like, there's a
took
couple
out-
songs I like now.
Yeah, no, that's
that
what
I
I'm saying.
didn't
Like,
like
the
the first
album's
time.
good. Like, the album's good, but it just doesn't make...
Why
Like,
would you
music's supposed
put
to
the
make you
fucking
feel good.
unmastered album out then?
He was
He
rushing
does
it.
it all the time.
He wanted to put out on Drake's birthday, I think.
I think so.
Didn't he release on
yeah.
Drake's birthday?
Like, the
somewhat.
first version of Life of Pablo is, like, way different than the one that eventually came out.
Kanye
Yeah.
got surgery again, though, straight up. He don't look as fat. Oh, now he look like Baron Davis. Tell me he don't look like Dark Baron in them pictures. Nah, he was fatter before, straight up. 100% fatter before.
Lipes, bro.
He got the liposuction fat. He got that doughboy surgery fat. That righteous and ratchet surgery.
Yo,
I mean, to be fair, it's pretty cool that he's performing out of prison. Like,
Fuck, yo.
motherfuckers in jail and shit. Like, that's cool.
Bro.
yo, go down here. Go down here. Keep going down.
dressed like them
keep going
motherfuckers.
down. Keep going down. I'm gonna show you a picture. Keep going down. Keep going down. There it is, right here.
Kim is looking amazing.
Now,
When was Kim never bad?
don't Kanye look like the cartoon character that eats the bird? You know, the Tweety bird, like.
Sylvester the cat?
You know, yeah, you know when the cat got the bird in his mouth, and then the owner finds him, and he's like,
Yeah, he
like,
spits
what are
out
you
the
doing? And then he
bird,
got to spit out the
opens
bird.
his mouth, and Tweety comes out on his tongue. Yeah.
Don't Kanye always look like that? Like he got caught eating some shit he shouldn't.
Yo,
Kanye.
I don't care that he's performing at a prison.
I just think it's funny that later that day, some guy is going to get raped, and the guy raping is going to be humming his favorite Kanye song.
So your point. So Kanye didn't use 808s in this album because 808s is devil music to him.
Oh, really?
And he said that's why. Like if you listen to the song with the clips on it,
Yeah.
you keep waiting for the beat to drop. The beat never drops.
Yeah.
It's just like there's just like a constant tone in the background and just rapping. And usually like when that happens, they do that for a little while and then you hear the dum, 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 dum. Like that never happens in the song.
Damn, I didn't realize that. He didn't
Yeah.
use any 808s the whole
No
album.
808s.
Ah, that's
But like
probably
it's
why.
a
That's part of the reason why I don't like it.
like it sounds good. It just doesn't make me feel good.
Yeah.
Music's supposed to make me feel like I just feel like I'm getting grifted every time I see him. Like, yeah, like I feel like he's about to like ask me to donate to some fucking, like
Kanye dollar.
past collection plate.
I
Like
just
Joel
want- I
Osteen's
want,
a
like,
slimy motherfucker.
Watch the Throne Kanye when he was just like talking his shit.
Yeah.
Like don't the woke shit chill. Just like get back on that. Either talk your shit or if you want to do woke
Bro, he
shit, do it
gotta
in
be
a
woke. He got a white wife.
yeah, so do
That's
it in
what
a
you
cool way.
You get woke, you get a white girl.
Is she white?
She ain't
She's
white.
Armenian.
She ain't black.
Yeah, but do we call
East-
Armenians white?
Yeah, she
I
white.
thought
bro.
so.
She is white.
Really?
She's white. Armenians are white. They're like the Sicilians of white.
Oh, wow, that's well said.
They're like,
Okay.
they're like there's some sort of something in there, but like not enough. Like you're white.
Right. Dutch, Irish, and Scottish, and then half. Yeah, so white, half, half
She's white
Armenian.
enough.
Yeah.
She's white enough.
I've never seen her kids' names all together like that, and it looks crazy to me.
Psalm Saint North, Chicago. Wait, she has 4 kids,
Yeah, 2 of them were what's it called?
Surrogate?
Surrogates. Yeah.
but her eggs
yeah,
and his sperm.
yeah. I think hers is North and Saint. Psalm and Chicago. I think we're surrogates.
I mean, can we talk about that for a second? The fact that rich people are just having other people carry their kids for them.
That is crazy.
that's some balling shit.
Doesn't this sound like something in a sci-fi movie?
That is-
where
yeah.
like the poor people of the world will be used as vessels for the rich people to have more children.
Yeah, that is
Like,
crazy.
If you explain that to even our parents, that in the future other people would house their children inside of your body so they didn't get stretch marks. Whoa!
That's fucking insane.
I think she almost died in one of the childbirths, but I also think,
I think after Saint.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Imagine taking Ray J's pipe and not being able to push out a kid.
that's how you
You
know
would
she
think
got
it'd be
fit
a
to
little
be a
easier
mother.
afterward.
I think he made some room in that
Just be able to go,
motherfucker.
woof.
Dude, Ray J's the first boring company. We're building a tunnel in LA.
Oh man.
All right, what else we got, boys?
Hey, what else?
Matter of fact, let's pay some bills and then we'll come back with some hot fire. This episode is brought to you not only by Full Sack. So not only are the sacks going to be full, but if that sack is full, you need to get that dick hard so you can not hand deliver, but actually deliver you can deliver all that dick that you need to do. And the way that we do it over here on this podcast is Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. You know the promo code is Flagrant. Same active ingredients that are as in Viagra, Cialis, only it operates twice as fast because you're chewing it up. You get that little blue pill, you chew that thing up, and then you chew out your loved one. You give her the greatest night of her life. Matter of fact, if it's the first time, a shorty that you want to impress, then you got to chew it up. Simple as that. You know, you have to do it. It's as simple as that. You have to do it. I'm really at a stage in my life where I got to chew, man. Every once in a while, I got to let my girl know I can still throw it down. I can have lazy sex. I can have tons of the lazy sex. I could be on my back giving her that back. I call it that back. Okay? I give her that back. That being said, every once in a while, okay? Every once in a while, I come out of retirement and I get on top and I lay that pipe and I chew it up. I chews it up, okay? It's Blue Chew. We're not playing around. We're doing exactly what we got to do. We are delivering the dick and we are making sure that it's delivered in the most efficient, effective, titanium hard way possible. BlueChew.com, promo code Flagrant.
Deliver that dick.
Deliver that dick.
Dick.
Now, while we're waiting for Akash to come back, Kaz, we can talk about this unprecedented access that you have been given into the saddest team in NBA history, the New York Knicks. Kaz is now part of the press.
Yeah, credentialed media
at the New York Knicks facility, Madison Square Garden, and he is in the locker rooms checking out them dangalangs. Do they have? Wait, are there dicks out in the locker room?
There
when
were
you're
no
walking
dicks
around?
out. There were plenty of towels. There's showers around.
So now the showers are private. There was a time where dicks were out.
Yeah, there was a time.
NFL locker rooms, dicks are out sometimes.
I mean, I guess they come in with the towel, so I guess like for a split second, dicks may be out, but. No, I wasn't around any dicks. No.
Okay.
No, but
so you're in the locker room.
I was in the locker room. Yeah. So shout out to New York Post for you guys. If you haven't listened to the Big Apple Buckets podcast, it's a podcast I do every week for the New York Knicks. And this past week, I got to see Porzingis' grand return to Madison Square Garden, kind of be behind the scenes, see all that type of stuff. I've been to a million games, never experienced it as a member of press.
You're on the floor,
regular season. Yeah, like I'm on the floor. In the locker room, talk to Rick Carlisle before the game, talk to Porzingis, talk to everybody. It's a way different experience than I expected.
Now, what did Porzingis say when you spoke to him, and what'd you ask?
So I got to talk to him a little bit about because I talked to him after the game the Mellow News happened. Ooh. So we asked him,
we'll get to that.
Yo, like, how do you feel? Yada yada yada. He just had a quick thing. He still was like, he still looked kind of rattled after the whole like people calling him an asshole shit. They was chanting "fuck Porzingis" on the way out of the arena. Like he looked rattled. Like he looked like he just came back from a war-torn Latvia or some shit like that. But asked him about that, which was cool. Got to hang out with a lot of the Knicks before the game, before the game, after the game. And it was a pretty dope experience, man. But like, I'm so glad I don't got to do that shit every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Like, I could like just pick and choose the games I want. I'm only doing a podcast once a week, so it's not like I got to be there every day doing the beat writing shit with everybody. Right. And it was a nationally televised game, so there was more media than normal. It was everybody there, and on top of that, it was Porzingis returning, so it was too many motherfuckers. That said, like it was crazy. Like it was good to be back there after a win, but I really want to be there like after a loss. Like I wish I was there Saturday, just to kind of see like how quickly do they move on. Because, like, after a Knicks loss, like, especially a loss like Saturday when they lose at the buzzer on some bullshit, like, I'm tight. Like, my girl's looking at me like, yo, like, why are you like, it's just a game. Like, I'm tight after that. Like, I want to see, like, how quickly. For, like, though, you understand, they were winning.
Wins are few and far between.
Exactly. And they were up 20 at one point, and, like, it looked like it was going to be easy.
I take such a macroscopic view with, like, NBA because it's 82 games. Every game, I'm like, yo, whatever. Wins and losses. Wins are dope. Yeah. Losses suck, but whatever. Like, there's 82.
Yeah. And I'm okay with that. But, like, after the Dallas game, I'm like, okay, maybe they'll get some momentum. Dennis Smith looked good.
They suck.
They still suck. Yeah.
So, okay, well, obviously they suck. Can we get into Porzingis for a second here?
Yeah.
Does he suck?
He's, I think, still recovering, but I'll say this about Porzingis. I'm glad the Mavs got Luka. He's not built to be a number one.
Yes.
Luka built for this shit. And I haven't gotten to watch a game. I live in Dallas. I don't have league pass. We should still go have something. If you want in, let's do it.
I'm down.
But I haven't got to watch many games. I watch him showdown with LeBron. Luka lives for the fucking spotlight. He loves it.
Dog.
Porzingis ain't about it.
He's frightened.
You watch,
And he's like kind of open about like pressure can kind of get to him and whatever. He needs Luka.
Yeah.
He's
I'll-
that's ideal for a number 2.
Do you think KP, Kristaps Porzingis, will be able to reach the levels that he was at with the Knicks?
I think so, and I think that's as good as he's gonna get though. Like
It was
especially
pretty
with a
good
guy,
with the
which is
Knicks.
pretty damn good.
Yeah,
but
I'd
with
give
a
up
guy like
2
Luka
first rounds.
Doncic, it's like, dog. I got to watch him in like live and living color. It's like you can't rush this motherfucker. It's like watching like Aaron Rodgers play football. It's like he's at one speed. He's not going too fast, not going too slow. Every pass he makes is right on the money. He always knows where a rebound's gonna get. His step, the step back's coming. You still can't stop it. It's still wet. Like it's some Larry Bird shit. Like that motherfucker is. And I hate to compare white people, but like that's who he looks like to me. Like just a motherfucker who doesn't look
like, I
overly
heard
athletic.
Yeah.
Somebody I trust with basketball on the ticket again say he passes like Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Zach Lowe, I don't know X's and O's of basketball like y'all. Zach Lowe said he's already probably the best passer in the league.
Yeah, I can see that. Like he
Right?
just makes.
That's Zach Lowe who knows basketball and is thinking about LeBron when he says that. I'm sure.
That's what everybody said when he first. Even last year, they were like the only person that those skip passes that he makes remind me of is LeBron James because he's big enough to make them and he draws enough attention where once he kicks it, motherfuckers are wide the fuck open, and he puts them right on the money where shooters like to get it. And just watching that shit live in living color, I'm like, he's gonna win the MVP one year. If not this year, if not next year, he's getting one. He's that fucking good, and he's 20. He's 20 years old. Like,
Yeah, I think being able to shoot really changed everything, right? Because there was never any question about his ability to get to the basket or his ability to see the floor.
oh, and he
and
rebounds.
his ability to
he
finish.
rebounds more than
See, I
Porzingis.
worried because he looked unathletic to me when he got drafted. He looked a little pudgy for a basketball player.
Think about like being what is he, 6'8"?
6'8".
It's like
6'8",
yeah.
right? So being in that 6'8", 6'9" range is, if you can handle the ball, you can make up for lack of athleticism, right?
Fair.
And that's the thing. Like I wasn't really concerned with, and he isn't the most athletic, but he uses his body really well.
And he creates space.
And he creates space. He creates space very well. But what happened is the knock on him, and I guarantee the Mavs put this out there, was that he can't shoot. All right, and the fact that he's lights out. Now you got to stay up on him. Try staying up on a guy who's 6'9" at the 3-point line. He's gonna go by you.
Yeah.
The only way to stop a guy is to sag. Now, if you sag, he's wet in your face. So, yeah, we're looking at a you know.
I didn't think-
He built different than most Euros.
Yeah.
Dirk was built like most Euros mentally. Like
Yeah.
He was
Dirk
doing
didn't
this.
care about being a star. Luka apparently is keenly aware of when a game is on national TV. And I heard as soon as the Lakers game was over, he was in his Twitter, seeing who's talking about him, whatever. And not in like a cancerous way, but like, oh, this is my moment. Let's fucking go. This is national TV. Let's fucking go.
You gotta remember,
Balls.
What happened
he was
with the
doing
Knicks?
this shit.
No, this is Luka. KP is not like that. KP is very introspective, always thinking through things.
No,
like
the Knick game was national televised.
Well, he
Oh.
balled out. He had a triple double. He had like 38, 10, and 11.
Oh, so
I think
did.
he had a
He
good game.
balled.
I think he had a good
KB
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he triple double, but I think it was 30-something and 11.
Yeah, he definitely had a triple double. And on top of that, this motherfucker he was doing this in the EuroLeague, the second best league in the world. He was the equivalent of their Finals MVP.
Kaz was calling for Luka to be the number one pick that entire
Yeah.
season.
I forgot who went number. I think it was it Ayton that went number one that year or something
Ayton,
like
and
that?
then Bagley, and then Luka, and then was 4 Bamba? 5 was
I think it was Mo Bamba.
or whoever Chicago picked, Bobby Porter Jr. or Otto Porter Jr. whatever the fuck, and 5 was Trae Young.
Yeah, that was that. I think we just had our
Kristaps had a good game though. 20 and 11. I'll take it.
shot 20
For your
something
number
shots
two?
though.
I think he was
Shot-
missing
yeah,
a
shot a lot
lot
of shots.
early on,
Yeah.
especially. He was missing a lot.
But yeah,
Get
it's
those goofy ass accents off the fucking letters. Bro. That shit looks so stupid. You're in America, dude. Doncic got a little V on top of it.
Porzingis got some shit under the end for what?
Get out of here, bro.
I never even noticed that shit under the end.
That
That's
should
my
look
first
like
time
the
seeing that.
yogurt I was eating in Sweden.
I think that's called cum.
Prison come.
Oh god. So let's get into Myles Garrett. Somebody was like, that should be our new logo.
Yo,
Is
is it? Can y'all explain to me why this is that bad?
Bro,
I don't
man,
can't
understand.
swing a
Hey,
helmet.
I mean, a dead ass. Why is it bad?
I have
Look, you're allowed to fight. You're allowed to punch each other in the face. You're allowed to have your helmet on, and someone else doesn't have an helmet on. You can punch them in the face, and you get like a little penalty for roughing the passer.
Yeah.
And the second you take the helmet and you smash it on someone else's head.
Yeah.
Now you can't play football
Dog, I was
anymore?
texting my homie, shouts to Brian, I was texting this exact thing. Now, realistically, if he does hit Rudolph with the helmet, he really could do permanent damage. Like, you're swinging the helmet as if it's a weapon hard.
I mean, he hit him pretty dead on, yo.
Like, I think this guy cracked the chair when he... So there's a video of someone swinging a helmet at a wooden chair, and he cracks the fucking chair.
Yeah.
So that's why. You have to suspend him for the year. But people were really, I thought, grandstanding a lot about this is an insult to the game, blah, blah, blah. And Roy Wood, shouts to Roy Wood, the comedian, he had a great question. He goes, serious question. How do we feel about headhunting in baseball? Because it's not looked at like this. And if your point is it could be lethal.
Completely different, though.
How?
Because you can't prove that someone's headhunting. There is one purpose for swinging a helmet at someone's head, and that is to hit him in the head with a helmet. In baseball, you throw a pitch.
You can whiz it by him. Be like,
with
the ball got away from me.
The intended purpose of getting someone to swing a bat at that pitch, hopefully miss, or you get that strike.
I wouldn't say that in terms of persecution, because, to prosecute, you have to... you have to have proof that he meant to do it.
Exactly.
But we all know pitchers do it. And the general consensus of it is, it's kind of fucked up.
You just can't prove it. And a pitcher could go, I wanted to make it close. I didn't want to hit him, but he was crowding the plate, and I wanted to back him up a little bit. I truly did not mean to hit him. And there's no way you could prove that the pitcher looked at it and tried to do it.
That's fair. But as a thing that we all know that happens in baseball, that baseball fans all know is a thing, nobody's like, yo, what the fuck, man? How are we just doing that? Pitchers are just throwing at people's heads. That's fucking crazy. We should all stop this.
I think we also acknowledge that, throwing a ball that speed to an exact location is so mind-bogglingly difficult that we understand that sometimes pitches get away because people get hit by pitches without purpose, right?
100%.
This does happen.
Like a nasty curveball is supposed to look like it's about to hit you, and then just fucking drops.
And sometimes it doesn't drop as much. It hits you in the elbow, right? So, I saw the tweet that he said, it's just not the same thing. This is an act of aggression, which I don't even think is that bad. But I understand. I understand that you can't have this happening in the game because it makes the game itself, that's already violent, look thuggish, if you will.
Pablo Torre had a great tweet. He said, "Myles Garrett's biggest crime is not discerning the difference between consensual and non-consensual brain damage." I was like, whoever's saying this is assault, I'm like, 90% of the shit that happens on the football field is assault.
Oh, it shouldn't be assault.
Yeah.
It should just be something that you get really fined.
This is the kind of shit I'm talking about, this fucking cuck from The Ringer. Myles Garrett just committed actual assault on the football field. Get him out of here for the season. If Myles Garrett plays one more snap this season, it's a joke.
Just out of curiosity, what do you guys think about this? Because, and I think this is more similar because it's within football. I think a head-on-head hit that's purposeful, right? I think that is worse than this.
I can quite possibly agree with that.
I think it's worse because
you can get
a head-on-head hit, and it is your choice, right? We're talking about defenseless receiver, head-on-head hit, not like the receiver bends his head down, it's disputed. We're talking about he didn't see you. You saw him, and you went right for his head with your head when you could have gone for any other part of the body. That is probably way more punishing than this. This guy swung a helmet full force, hit him on the head, and he didn't even fall. He didn't stumble.
He moved.
If it wasn't for this dude's shoulder, number 66, he gets fucking creamed. Oh, wait, no.
No, he hits him right on the top of the head clean.
I think he ducks it a bit.
No, it hits him clean on the top of the head. I've watched this video.
See how he braces right here?
No, boom. Hits him on the top of the head.
Yeah, but
you got to see the other angle.
It's the open part of the helmet that
hits
hits
the bottom of the helmet.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that
that's the sharp part.
If you hit him with enough force, that can kill a person.
Yeah, for sure. It's
the head-on-head helmet hit, it can cause concussion, but I don't think you can die.
So this is the difference between the head-on-head helmet hit. The other person's also wearing a helmet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right, and if you ran full force into someone who wasn't wearing a helmet, with yours, probably kill him.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I hear what you're saying. This poses more danger, and it's unique in that that person is not as covered as we would allow. That being said, we would find someone maybe a game for head-on-head. I don't know how does that work. Or
I think you just usually penalize them.
You get
with
a
fine. Money fine.
So it's just a money fine.
$7,500.
If it's like some perfect shit where you have a prior history, you might miss it more than one game or two. But I mean,
if this doesn't happen on national TV,
it's not a big.
I think it's a
Thursday night
5-6 game ban maybe, and that's But yeah, I just to me it's not excusable. I just think people acting like it's the most heinous thing they've ever seen. I can understand in a game like this, you're completely passionate. You're a fucking lineman. Every play, you're beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
A guy just punched you in the balls. Now it's like, all right, let's fucking go. You rip the helmet off. You're not thinking clearly. You have his helmet in your hand and you just fucking swing. To me, it's like, you got to punish it. You got to sit him for the season. But in my mind, it's also just like he lost it for a second. Anybody who's had a girlfriend has lost it for a second. You know what I mean? So, like, it's a thing that happened and you got to be punished, but...
Whoa.
I got dark real fast. I got really dark. The thing.
Talk to us, Akash. What happened?
She ain't gonna tell you nothing.
Nah, but I think the reason why they have to like go above and beyond and treat this like it's the most heinous crime is so that way no one ever does it again. Because had he killed him with this shit right here, now people are saying, "Oh, football's too dangerous of a sport. Nobody should play it." Like if we saw
Sunday at noon, I think he gets 6 games.
Son, if we saw a death on national TV,
You're not dying from this.
No. This exact thing that went out. A lot of factors contribute.
Yeah,
He's
so that's
lucky he
why
didn't. If he connected for real,
He did
he
connect
would
for
never
real.
play
nah,
again.
Drew, I'm telling you, like right now, the helmet's kind
Get
of
into the
turning.
angle, Carl.
It's kind of turning a little bit. Like it's not like a direct, full, all his might swing on it. But I'm saying if you really cock back
where you
and
can
hit
see
somebody,
like, it lands like on the back right
Yeah.
corner of his head pretty hard.
so that's why they got to throw the book at him. So no
Shouts
one
to
ever
was it
tries that
Marquise
shit
Pouncey
again.
who just started kicking his ass after?
Yeah, that was funny.
Mason Rudolph's kind of a bitch too. Like, if you remember, like let's proper context here. This was like 10 seconds left in the game. They were down 3 touchdowns. The game was over. He threw 4 picks already. He just got sacked again. He's probably like, yo, what the fuck? The game is over. Myles Garrett knows one speed. He's coming. He was former number 1 pick.
He does have 4 roughing the passer penalties this year.
He does have a lot of roughing the passer penalties, but
So
he plays one speed.
So
right?
he roughs the passer with 10 seconds left when they're up 3 touchdowns?
Yeah. So
He's a
once
fucking
he's
retard,
all on
and
top
he
of
shouldn't
him,
even be playing.
Rudolph is trying to take off his helmet first. Like Rudolph's trying to rip off Garrett's helmet. Garrett pushes him down. It's like, fuck you. Took his helmet off. Walked away. His own teammates are trying to de-escalate the situation. Mason Rudolph is following him, like trying to square up for some fucking reason. And he gets cracked. So, I mean, I get it. Like, rewind it just a little bit.
Hold on. Where?
Oh, shit. Pouncey fucked him up, though.
Yo, that guy, who's that receiver right there? There's a receiver that levels Rudolph or somebody.
a linebacker,
A linebacker levels Rudolph when he wasn't even looking, dude.
Yeah.
That's super cheap shot. Guy already just got hit in the head with a.
Boom. Damn. That shit does look like it hurt. Did they get a replay in there? Probably got a replay.
Oh, no, they're not
There's
doing
8
it.
seconds left in the game. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Go back right here. Okay, boom. All right, tackle there, right?
A little extra. That's
Game's
nothing
over.
crazy,
Boom.
to be
He's
honest.
trying to take off his fucking helmet. For what? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Wait,
All right.
was he trying to
Boom.
take it
Yeah,
off?
he
Yeah,
was.
Kicks
look
him
at
in the
him.
dick.
Pulls his shit off. And his teammates like, yo, game is over. Chill out, chill. This nigga's chasing after him. I mean, yes, he should
Look at
probably
him
get
level.
suspended for the rest
Boom.
of the game.
Sit down, bitch.
He also, this is a bitch move. When he gets the helmet swung at him, Rudolph, he starts looking around at the refs like, yo, the fuck? Like, you chased him down, you got hit, and then you start turning around with your arms raised. And that's why I'm glad he got leveled extra. Watch this. Watch. He gets up, and look at this. Immediately, arms up. What's going on? And then he gets knocked down, which is great.
Fucking level, bro. And nobody even goes after that guy.
Pouncey's a G, dog.
The Pouncey twins?
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh, there you go. Look. Oh, here it
Here
is.
it is. Boom! That
Oh,
hurts.
yeah, he got
That
that.
didn't hit him? That didn't hit him?
That
Go again.
hurts.
Watch it again.
It's not full.
Clank.
That's
Look
not
at
full.
his neck. Are you kidding me?
Motherfuckers don't
Didn't
wanna
that go
see
like
nothing.
this on this little soft
Nah,
thing?
he
It's
got
gonna
got.
hurt.
He
Yeah,
got
that
fucking
hurts.
got.
He got got.
You know what you like? You like one of those white people who are like, well, why was he being aggressive with the cop?
After the adrenaline
That's
of
what
a
you are
football
right now.
game,
That's
where-
what well, why
after-
didn't he just show his ID? He
just
should have just
played-
showed his ID. Why can't he just comply with the citizens?
He just played four
Look at this.
football
And wait, no,
quarters.
keep going. I want you to stop it right. Stop.
Boom.
Oh, yeah, he didn't hit him?
Son, I'm not saying he didn't hit him, but he could have hit him a lot harder is what I'm saying.
I guarantee
You have somebody holding him back, getting in the way of him.
Now you're
It's
shifting the
hitting him-
goalposts. We were talking about whether he hit him or not. Did
No,
he
I
hit him?
wasn't. No, I was saying that the way
Maybe
he
I was
hit him
saying he
wasn't
didn't get
that
hit, 'cause I
hard.
thought he didn't really get hit.
I
thought he
didn't,
didn't
I
get
didn't
hit
say
at
that
all.
he didn't hit him. I
He
know
caught
he
him
hit
with the
him.
bottom of the elbow that had the opening.
So look at the part that he hits him with.
Yeah.
Oh my God! No, that's just listen. As someone who gets hit in the head quite a lot accidentally, I understand these types of
got
hits.
a lot of padding though.
But no, but I thought it was the padding. But look, it actually gets hit.
Oof.
Ooh.
That's like right at the edge of the helmet.
Yeah.
Trust me,
like
it's still
sharp.
a bad hit. But I mean, if you really swung,
If
unimpeded,
he turned that shit the other way,
yeah, you can kill
he
somebody.
probably would have killed him. If he turned that shit the other way, helmet like
Top
skull
of the
down,
helmet.
he's
Yo,
done. so.
imagine
He's
someone
done
got
so.
killed. Like,
That's what I'm
do you
saying.
think then we would listen? Do you think then we'd be like, yo, maybe this is bad?
Hey, yo, this is
Honestly-
a dangerous sport.
Honestly, 3 weeks I'd be out. 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
How about that? This is pretty rough.
If it was some
Honestly,
shit
yeah.
like this, I'd be like, I mean, that wasn't even part of the game.
Because just like wrestling,
Yeah.
when Bret Hart died, people was watching a
Owen
week
Hart.
right after.
Yeah.
Oh,
Owen Hart, bro.
Owen
He
Hart.
died
Yeah.
live?
Yeah,
Owen Hart, yeah,
on
he like
pay-per-view.
fell from a fucking.
Yeah. That
He
is
fell from the
Some
sky.
stupid ass stunt.
the
Yeah.
best deal that you've ever gotten on a pay-per-view.
Oh
You
my!
got to see
Jesus Christ.
a death live? Hold on. He fell. What happened exactly?
It's all right. So Owen Hart used to be this wrestler called the Blue Blazer,
This
and he used
makes
to
my
fly
stomach hurt.
in from the ceiling
Yeah.
for his entrance. And so I guess he was waiting to do his entrance, and when they instead of lowering him in, like the hats just kind of gave way a little earlier. He fell down and hit his head on the corner of the ring post and died on the way to the hospital.
Oh my God.
That's a head hit.
Yeah, that's a head hit.
Did they sue? What happens in that situation?
Yeah, the Hart family sued WWE, I think, and it was pretty bad. It was like a really dark moment. It was probably the darkest moment until like the Benoit shit happened.
That Benoit thing was crazy.
Yeah, it was rough.
He like Royal Rumbled his family, dude.
I'm working with these motherfuckers this week. Goddamn, can we? Jesus.
Last man in the ring, dude. That's yo. Oh my God.
Yo,
No, but then he.
I'm working with them this week, and we can't touch
man.
this at all,
What y'all
bro.
doing? What y'all
I
doing?
can't touch this at all.
What y'all doing? I blame WWE. Why'd you put that in his head? That he gotta be the last one.
I gotta go pee. Yo.
I feel like we said worse on this podcast.
way worse, but they not getting paid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we get paid.
That was
I mean, he's the dick, not me. Right? Like, if we judging morally who's worse, me or Benoit, he's clearly worse.
It's a good point. It's a good point. No. What do you mean, no?
just
Yeah, Andrew didn't.
I didn't.
That's
I'm just-
Andrew's point.
Providing a hilarious metaphor for the way that he went about doing it. That's all it is. You know? Anyway, Akash, what else we got going on over here?
We haven't talked Melo fully. Kyrie versus Kemba.
Oh, while Kaz isn't here because Kaz is getting a check on Kyrie, so we could talk all the shit that we want about Kyrie. So Kyrie goes down, Nets immediately win. Right? Like immediately win without him, right? Boston killing it without
10
him.
and 2, number 1 seed in the league.
Oh boy. Damn, that was dry. What are we thinking here? How long before the league starts to understand that Kyrie Irving, as exciting as he is, as exhilarating as it is watching him score the basketball, is not a productive member of a basketball team?
I don't think it will happen because you're always going to have he's just this year's Melo, and you're always going to have people who just support Melo for no reason. We're never going to his talent is too tantalizing for us to say, you know what, this guy doesn't help you win games.
I'm assuming this is
Enjoy
Kyrie
watching
Kemba.
him when he
Yeah.
loses.
Yeah, or
And that
just
is
you
rare.
enjoy watching him. Period. Yeah, just I
Yeah.
enjoy it. He's visually, it's so fucking. The eyeball test tells me this guy's incredible.
Yes.
The scoreboard always tells me differently,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
the eyeball test tells me this guy's great.
Undeniably
Yeah.
entertaining to watch. He's Sean Kemp, right? It's like this is action. This is fun. I need to watch it, but he cannot help his team win with the style that he
And
plays.
Andrew was
Bro, we're in
saying
the highlights era, man.
when you guys really believed you were going to get free agents, which is still funny to me.
Yeah.
But you were saying I would rather have Kemba than Kyrie a year ago around that, and I agreed with you.
100%.
Most people thought we were idiots.
100%.
But 100%, just off sheer numbers, the Celtics only lost one guy. Only gained one guy.
Two Horford. They lost Horford.
Oh, they
And
lost
Horford
Horford.
was really important. Like
Okay, so you could potentially put their losses to. Oh no, they got better.
they got
Oh my god! And Horford's
The
a team
Celtics are
player.
significantly better
The
this year.
Sixers are significantly better with Horford. So
Think about it.
you lost one plus player, and you're better. So Kemba's a huge plus player, or you know who's a huge negative player? Kyrie.
Yeah.
To get better after losing Al Horford, your all-star and like glue guy for that team, and really incredible player,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
and Kemba, you get better when those two guys go. You shouldn't get better if you lose Horford alone.
Yeah.
But Kyrie is so detrimental to a team that even with the loss of Horford, Kyrie drags your team down so much that just eliminating that guy.
Y'all called it, man.
Not
your
a
team
max
actually gets better.
player.
Called it.
No.
I'll be the first one to admit I stood on the Kyrie, hill and was like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. He's this, that. Like, they'll be fine.
But you're going to get the Kyrie check right now.
And that is true. I'm getting the Kyrie check. Shout out to Nike. And but basketball wise, it's like, oh, y'all hit the nail on the head. Like, just watch it. They just look different. Like the Celtics look
Less
like
happy.
a title contender.
And the Celtics look more
They
happy.
look so happy.
happier.
And on top
Celtics
of
are
that,
loving life.
Oh.
Gordon Hayward was back, and then he went down and they kept winning.
Kyrie was fucking up so bad. Like people thought Brad Stevens overrated
Yeah.
with Kyrie.
I still think he's overrated. But
Brad Stevens gone.
yeah.
He's back to being the genius coach again. Funny how that works.
And Kemba's playing well. I haven't been watching many games, but
Playing very
Kemba,
well.
Kemba is playing well.
I've watched them a lot, and the difference between Kyrie and Kemba is Kemba makes sure everybody else gets theirs the first 3 quarters, because the fourth quarter
It's Kemba
it's
time.
all Kemba
I
time.
heard that.
It's
I heard
all
that
Kemba
somewhere
time.
else
Like
too. Yeah.
Jason Tatum gets his.
First 3 quarters, Kemba taking care of everybody else. Fourth quarter, it's my time. We all understand that.
Yeah.
But the first 3 quarters, I'm taking care of you.
Yeah,
You're
Jason
good.
Tatum's gonna get his. Jalen Brown's gonna
Everybody
get his.
get yours. Fourth quarter,
Hayward.
it's my time, and we know that's for the best, right?
Wait a minute.
And if you're getting the ball for 3 quarters, it's like, yeah, I mean, sure, this is the best player. Let him close out. I'm happy.
I love this. So Kemba has a real like swag, real like big dick energy over here.
Yeah.
This makes me so happy. So Kemba and Brad Stevens and the team all understand that Kemba is the OG,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and they all fall in line with that.
Yeah.
And wow, this is interesting. I didn't know Kemba was that guy.
Kemba
I
winning
I
games
knew
in
he was-
Charlotte,
No,
you
no,
know?
no.
People-
I knew Kemba was clutch, and I knew that he could deliver, but I didn't know that he would have the type of alpha energy to walk into an already successful playoff team, be an added piece, and then go, it's my time in the fourth. I
Right.
thought that would be Jason.
Right.
I thought Jason would be like, I'm stepping up into that role now. But if Kemba is the guy,
I mean, I think it's more of a Brad Stevens call too.
he loves his guards.
He loves
though.
his point guards.
Brad loves his guards, yeah.
But at the same time, when it comes to
Dude, and the white boy's playing so well. What's his name?
Gordon Hayward.
I mean, he's injured, but like
he was balling.
He was balling. He was
for a
back.
little bit.
He looked like how he looked in Utah. So
Yeah.
it's just like, man,
Right.
a lot of people have different ways of leading, man. Like some people lead
cost
by
of
action.
Kyrie.
You know what the most important component of this podcast is? We
is
have fun.
Yes.
It's not. It's not
It's not work.
punchlines
Yeah.
or topics. It is let's just sit in a room and have fun, and
Yes.
everything else will take care of itself.
Yes.
Basketball
And Kyrie
probably
is
ain't
the
that different.
Antithesis of fun.
And them motherfuckers, if
Ain't
you
nobody
watch
having
Brooklyn,
fun. Brooklyn ain't having
they
no
having
fun.
fun.
All they were last year was fun, and it carried them to a
Dog,
6th seed.
I would watch them last year. Like I'm not jealous of them this year. Last year I would watch them like I wish my team was this fun. Every fucking
remember him
basket,
saying that all the
whole
time.
fucking bench doing the 6ix9ine dances.
Yeah.
fucking Jared Dudley fucking talking shit with Benson. Like it was lit in there. They were having fun. Like D'Angelo Russell, they lost a lot of those guys that made that team that team. They're a different team now. They have maybe more talent,
Holy
but it's just
man.
like chemistry and leadership and just fucking liking each other.
Kyrie.
People
is a
think that's just something you can just
cancer.
sweep under.
He is a complete cancer, and he has begun to erode the Brooklyn Nets from the inside out. What a shame, because they were on the perfect path to really running the East.
They built themselves the right way. They built
had
themselves the
picks,
right way.
They had money.
That's
They
why I
get
didn't think they were going to
KD.
get. That's why I didn't think they were going to get Kyrie. I was like,
They couldn't.
what's
be that
wrong with
stupid.
D'Angelo Russell?
Yo, fuck it.
Like-
Why not go for Kemba? You
Just-
have the money.
Or that,
Right?
or that. But I honestly think they just wanted to beat the Knicks. They didn't want to be a championship team.
They wanted to
They
be
just
the
wanted
team
own
in New York. They want a team in New York.
And
Yeah.
in order to be the team in New York, you need
the stars.
So
But also, everybody said, go ahead.
Go.
Everybody said Kyrie's the best point guard. You take him over Kemba. We were the only ones I know saying Kemba over Kyrie.
That's true.
Everybody else was like, nah, you take Kyrie. As soon as they got them, they said, that's
Yeah.
it. It's a wrap. They're going to win.
And granted,
think about this,
skill wise,
though.
As much as I love shitting on you guys and your misery
Yeah.
for not getting either of them,
Yeah.
I think
you
long
don't
term
have
you're
this,
going to be
yeah.
okay.
It'll be fine.
KD might not be the same after this Achilles.
Knicks can't think long term, and that is one of our problems. But I agree with you if we actually stick to the course. What's interesting about the Nets is the first time they make a non-basketball related decision, it bites them in the ass, right? Every decision prior to Kyrie was basketball, right?
true.
Even KD's basketball. All getting the cap room, getting all those picks, like everything after the horrible. I think it was
The Celtics trade.
was all basketball,
Yeah.
right?
Because
They make one decision based on branding of the Nets. We want to be New York's team, so let's get these big names here that have sneaker deals, etc. And that one non-basketball related decision sends your franchise into the fucking
I think
basketball
they're ninth in the East right now.
purgatory.
They're not even in the
They're not a
playoffs right
playoff
now.
team right
In the East, yo.
Kyrie's hurt. Caris LeVert's hurt.
Oh,
Like,
Kyrie's hurt? Oh,
yeah.
that's
Shocking.
Does he have a history of that? I don't understand. I thought Kyrie was indestructible. Or I thought even when he plays, he's so good it doesn't matter that he gets hurt. So I'm sure as soon as he went down, the Nets just completely tanked, right?
Listen, the good thing about this show is that I don't have to bullshit on takes. If I have a bad take and I'm wrong about it, I'll own that shit. I thought Kyrie was the best point guard available. I thought he was just in a bad situation in Boston. I thought it was fucking, why would anybody want to play in Boston? Like, I thought it was just the city and, like, he's going to go to another situation.
Yo,
and it'd be
KG
great.
loved Boston. KG, the blackest dude the NBA seen in 20 years.
Yeah.
That's facts. That's facts.
While we're talking about shoulder injuries, before we get out of here, I think we should acknowledge new shoulder Paul George
Oh, yeah.
is going to be a problem.
And-
Really?
Bro,
Dropped 37 in 20 minutes.
yeah.
Fuck.
With
And
no
he's been-
Kawhi.
With no Kawhi. And he's been battling these shoulder injuries for years, apparently. And I guess he got surgery on both of them. I'm not exactly
Yeah,
sure what
right after
happened.
the playoffs, he got
Scoped?
both, yeah, both surgeries.
Who knows? Maybe it doesn't keep it. But if you have... that team is scary. I know that the Lakers are having some fun
Still
right
like
now.
the Lakers,
They're on
bro.
top of
I
the
don't.
West, whatever.
Still like the Lakers, man.
But at the end of the day, you're going to have to guard Paul George and Kawhi. And LeBron ain't going to want to lock down Kawhi. And AD cannot lock down Paul George. So
But
If
I mean,
LeBron has a
being
kryptonite,
said,
it's
Kawhi.
That being said, LeBron might fuck around and be MVP again this year. Like, he's averaging nearly a triple double.
Hey, man, that shit is
Leading the
all
league in
cute.
assists.
How many times has he won the MVP and the finals in the same year? Once?
Never had a guy like Anthony Davis on his team either.
Listen, it's different now. We can admit it's different now. And if Kyle Kuzma can, step into that third guy role, I don't know
That's
if he
what
can.
they need depth and they need a third guy.
They need a third guy. Kyle needs to step up, and we'll see if he's got the balls to do it. Because at the end of the day, it really comes down to that. It's, do you feel like you could shoot the ball? You have LeBron James on your team and Anthony Davis on your team. You have to still feel. You have to have the NBA confidence that makes you go, I deserve the rock and I deserve to hoist it up. And to be completely honest, like Kevin Love, regardless of how you feel about Kevin Love felt when he got the ball at that 3-point line,
Shooting.
hoist.
Yeah.
Hoist.
Yeah.
And I assume that LeBron is looking at Kuzma going, you can be a version of that. You're not going to be as lights out as Kev, but you can be a version of that. You nod your head. What do you?
No,
what do you
I'm
say?
just looking at the standings. I had no idea the Rockets were in second place.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
actually crazy, yeah.
I had no fucking idea. What?
Yeah, I mean, James Harden has been on like a historic
He's averaging
scoring streak
40,
to the
yeah.
point where we haven't even seen Westbrook highlights. Think about it. Have you guys seen Westbrook highlights?
Yo, can we talk about it?
Go.
Can we fucking talk about it? I've been trying to fucking change the narrative on Russell Westbrook for the past 4 fucking years. Every wing player that has played with Russell Westbrook in the past 4 or 5 years has either gotten better or become an MVP candidate. Kevin Durant, Oladipo, Paul George, and now James Harden, who was already an MVP, is somehow playing better. Like,
Oladipo
getting
wasn't the same
assists.
until he left, though, right? Because I remember
Nah.
that being the big narrative is,
Right.
oh, Oladipo left Russ and look how good he got.
Nah,
It's
yeah,
when he
that-
left and went to Indiana that he got
Exactly.
really good.
It was like, oh, he was holding Oladipo back all of a
Yeah.
sudden, which is ridiculous.
But
the
the point is
motherfucker
he
just got
stepped
better.
up. But his point is he stepped up when he got away from Russ.
Yeah, had to. But Russ is, you know what I mean? Like, people like to look at numbers and be like, people have empty stats. But, like, if you have a guy who can get you 10 assists and a guy who can get you 30 in his sleep, things are going to fucking work out. Like, assists are assists are assists. That means the ball is moving. People are touching it. You are getting people easy shots. You are getting a guy who can get shots as difficult as possible, easy fucking shots.
Yeah.
Like, and it's because of Westbrook. Like, Westbrook has changed that team. He's doing something that Chris Paul couldn't do, which is also, like, not be a fucking liability on the other side.
I'm not
fuck
ready
around,
to
man.
put this team in the finals at all yet, but if they made it to the finals, how much does that change the narrative on Kevin Durant
Wait, which team?
if the Rockets make it to the finals?
I think that Kevin's history is solidified by how horrible the Warriors are without him.
Yeah.
It's fair. It's without him and Clay.
Yes,
And
but
Steph.
but we're gonna look at this team as without KD. I agree with if
Okay.
you put Clay back in the picture and there's no Iggy. Like there's
Fair.
other
You're
things.
right.
I
You're
think
right.
history will look back and they'll go, damn. When
Yeah,
KD
that'll
left,
overwhelm the other stuff.
yes, even though it might not be
Yeah.
statistically accurate. I
Right.
agree. with
Okay, I got you.
you. But it is an interesting thing going on here, which is like James Harden, in my opinion, is a more elite scorer than Kevin Durant. Some people might not agree with me, but I feel like James is like truly unstoppable. Maybe for the first like 70 games of the season, 65, right. And I think that he starts to gas out towards the end, and then the playoffs are like really grueling for him. But I think he's just truly an unstoppable scorer. You cannot stop him one on
You
one.
can do.
There's
nothing you can do.
And I want nothing more. I want nothing more than a Western Conference playoff series with Kawhi Leonard
James Harden.
and James Harden, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
And seeing the two of them switch around, because they're going to switch around on each other.
Yeah.
And seeing Russell and James attack the two best defenders arguably in the league right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that is going to be fucking phenomenal. Forget the Lakers. Whoever they play, they play. I don't even care.
Yeah.
The series for me
Yeah.
is Rockets
Clippers.
We should talk about Melo before. I
Yeah.
know that
Fuck
you
Melo.
got to run out of here.
Yeah,
Oh, no, it's
the
6.
Uber's
You
on the
gotta
way.
go?
I got 6 minutes.
Okay. So real quick, Melo's on the Portland Trailblazers. I mean, I guess Portland has realized that this season is a wash, and we might as well get a lottery pick or something like that. So they picked up the one guy, the anchor, and by anchor, I don't mean someone who holds your team together. I mean someone that will drag your team to the bottom of the ocean. Carmelo Anthony is now a Portland Trailblazer, and the Trailblazers are keeping up to their name and blazing new trails
To the bottom of the standings.
to the bottom of the standings.
What's your take,
They're already
Cass,
at
before
the
you
bottom.
bounce?
They're already at the bottom of the standings. I think it's a nice move for them. They're super thin at power forward, which is why they picked them up. The game's gotten a little smaller since Melo was like really killing. I think he's going to do better than people expect. Like, he doesn't need to guard small forwards anymore. He can guard motherfuckers like Draymond Green and like 6'8", 6'9" guys that aren't like 7-foot shooting power forwards. I think he'll be all right. Is he going to average 20? No. If he can hit some open shots and play some semblance of defense, I think he'll help the Blazers a lot because it's still the Dame Lillard and CJ McCollum show over there. And if he has a good attitude, I think he'll be fine. I think it's good that he's in the Pacific Northwest, so they don't have a shit ton of nationally televised games to people to fucking break down his every fucking move like he did in New York and Houston. I think it's going to work out better than people expect.
Yeah, Houston's a giant market. I think it's actually not a bad move for the Blazers in that their season was already falling apart. They don't seem happy. It seemed like getting swept by the Warriors really fucked with them.
Yeah,
Because like that,
they thought they had.
man, I thought they had a puncher's chance
After
at
the
it.
Thunder shit,
I think
thought
I
they
might
had
have
it.
picked them,
Yeah.
Wow.
which looks dumb as fuck now. Katie was hurt.
Yeah.
You're like,
And that's when
yo,
Steph went
Steph and
nuclear,
Dame.
too.
Dame had been going off all playoffs. CJ had been going off all, and then you get fucking swept by a KD-less Warriors. And I think they're just not the same this year.
But it's kind of unfair,
Did they
though, because
lose anyone?
they got vintage Warriors.
They
that-
lost. Nurkic is still hurt, or Jurkic, or whatever his name
They
is.
didn't have him.
And they lost someone else, I think. But then they
The other
picked
big
up
white
Hassan
dude.
Whiteside, who I thought would be good.
He's a
but
bum.
He's another mellow type. It's just like I think he just makes your team worse.
Bum.
And now they were 4-8 when they signed Melo, so it's like you got to do something.
Yeah. It's interesting. I know. Kaz, whenever you got to go, you go for it. We know you got the Uber
as
on the
soon
way.
as the Uber gets here,
But I just before we leave, I just want to say to everybody who came out in Boston this past weekend. This is a very important weekend for me because I did 2 shows at the Wilbur Theater, and the Wilbur Theater in Boston in general has created my favorite comics in history. Like all my favorite comics: Patrice O'Neal, Bill Burr, Louis C.K.
Dane Cook. I'm serious. Hate on him all you want to. He a Boston guy.
Joe Rogan, I mean, Sarah Silverman, like Jay Leno, like literally all the best comics come out of Boston, and it's just this amazing comedy city. It's really amazing, and like it means something there to like do the Wilbur, right? The Wilbur is that first step up into, oh, you're a theater guy, and then to do the Wilbur twice, especially in this city, has produced like these comics that like I've just been, such a huge fan of. It was a true honor. And I'm just grateful for everybody who came out, and thank you guys so much for being there. And yeah, I just want to say that it was just truly awesome. And I try to like reflect on these times in the moment. And we just had some crazy fucking shows, man. We had a guy propose to his girl at the first show. That shit was crazy.
You know how big of a fucking fan of yours you got to be. And that's not even a joke, man. Like, I just did this. You think about special things. That's so dope for someone to be like, yo, they have such a bond over Andrew Schulz that he said, this is where I want to propose. That shit wasn't just for him. I promise you it wasn't.
It was crazy.
That's dope, man.
I think we'll probably post the video this week.
Absolutely. Fuck
YouTube,
this guy's consent. Post a video.
You already gave that.
Nah,
shit.
they get it.
He married. He don't get
when
consent
they
on anything.
Into it, you done. Anyway, so it was sick, man. It was just so cool to do that, and I'm excited for the New York shows. Excuse me. I'm excited for the New York shows this week. Akash, you're going to be there.
Yep.
And so, yeah, and Kaz, hopefully, Akash is going to be performing, but Kaz, please be there in the audience, hopefully, if you're there.
I'm actually, this weekend will be the first time I'm working with WWE again.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll be in Chicago.
Oh, don't worry about it then, man.
Shout out to, I want to be there.
Yeah.
I want to try and make it there in some way, shape, or form. I'm still trying to figure the way out. But, I'll be in Chicago working WWE, hosting their Road to Survivor Series show with Cricket Wireless as talent for the first time.
Was Survivor Series what they called Chris Benoit's family?
All right, I'll see y'all next week. Goddamn.
No, that's what they called the Hart family.
Yo, son.
I can't chill, bro. Oh, fuck shit.
Fuck shit. Anyway, so yeah, man, it was just super cool. Thank you guys so much for all y'all who came out, and we got new shows coming up. New dates we're adding to the tour every single week right now, and then a cool little announcement coming up. There are two cool announcements coming up. I'm just gotta wait for the right time to share them with y'all. But two very cool things happening. But that should be in the coming days. But theandrewschultz.com. Check out those tickets. We just announced we're added Minnesota. We're gonna do the Fillmore out there. But we got Seattle. Add a second show in Seattle, Neptune Theater. Go get that. That's the 7th. Then we got Salt Lake City. We sold out first show, so we're adding a second show there as well. That link is up. And then we got Vancouver. That show's sold out. They don't want to add another one. We might do a little pop-up one on the side somewhere. I got to talk about that because I know a lot of people have been asking tickets for that one. And then we got Edmonton as well. We got Louisiana.
International Schultz.
Yo, man, we doing it, baby. We doing it, man. Yeah, so check out New Orleans. We added that one as well. Tickets are up. Go get them. Akash, what you got? And then take us out of here, bro.
December 20th and 21st, I'm in Mumbai at the Habitat Comedy Club. Ticket link will be live on my website soon. Then into the new year, I'm going to be in India most of December doing engagement stuff, so we're taking a little break then. But then the Big Desi Energy Tour picks up in the new year. January 9th, Hilarities in Cleveland. Some people have already bought tickets. Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. January 14th, New Jersey. I'm in New Brunswick at the Stress Factory. That's my favorite club. Y'all got to come through. Mad Desis. If this show ain't 60% Desi, I might cancel that motherfucker.
When is it? What day?
January 14th.
If I'm in town, I'm coming.
Come through, yo. And then January 15th, I'm in Philly at Helium. Then January 28th, I'm in Tacoma at the Tacoma Comedy Club in Washington. The 29th, I'm in Sacramento at the Punchline. Then the 30th through the 1st, I'm in San Jose at Rooster Teeth Feathers.
January 14th?
January 14th, Stress Factory.
Stress Factory. I'm in there, yo.
Let's do it.
I'm pulling up.
Let's do it.
Anyway, go get them tickets. AkashSingh.com, theandrewschultz.com. Appreciate y'all so much, man. Keep supporting all the content that we got coming out, the dropping ins, the unsafe sets. We got some sexy shit cooking up, man. Can't wait to announce. We love y'all. Keep it tight. Also, by the way, in case y'all were wondering, we a top 20 Patreon in the motherfucking world. And we want smoke with every one of them 19s. We telling the patrons in the episode last Friday, we let them know that we're top 20. But we put the asshole army up against any of y'all Patreon armies, okay? We want it all. and we're coming for it. We're coming for that top 10, then we coming for that top 5, and then we going number 1. All right?
Let's
so Chapo's Trap House about to get chopped up.
Let's go.
We have a bigger army than certain countries.
Oh, yo, that's
Real
right.
talk, yo.
Apparently, we have a bigger army than Namibia. So we want to smoke with y'all, too.
Fuck up the whole country, yo.
Anyway, y'all, be good. Peace.
God bless.